We are going to jump right into it, folks. Welcome to the Low Budget LCS. The ping hasn't even gone out on the Discord yet. If you're here, you're an early adopter. It's me, LaChance, and I'm lucky to be here with Vega.
Hello, hello. It feels like forever, but we're back. We're casting La Vega for a Week 3 matchup between Sensei Randalls and Kickin Squids. Well-known names in the LBLCS. An exciting match. How are you tonight, LaChance?
I am doing fantastically. I'm so excited to see these two extremely old organizations in the league, both known for getting up to all sorts of weird shit, not just drafting, but how they play. These two teams know each other very well, so I'm pumped for hopefully an incredible 3-game series.
Yeah, I am excited. We've had a lot of really good casted series recently. People have been spoiled on those 3-game series and going down to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
My stress levels have been through the roof, so
yes,
tonight is more of the same. Getting a lot of top lane bans to start out this draft here. We have already got a Kale, a Mord removed, a Nasus removed, and it's Garner and Ari both meta bans. Very good champions right now.
Now there's a Salty Riven in the chat. You aren't Salty Vein Main, are you? Is this just a happy coincidence?
The Salty Collective.
The Salty Collective. The Taste Bud Crew.
First pick.
I love it. Amumu, clean, easy engage, massive AoE. I think Amumu just fits into so many different kinds of comps. You really don't have to sweat when you put Amumu into your composition.
Agreed. I love it. Easy access, easy engage, clears well. Scion on the other side, very strong. Good into a lot of matchups, gives a lot of pressure. Can be a split push threat. Nice engage there. What do they pair with it? Morgana.
Oh, no hesitation on those picks either. They had been talking about that. They really, really wanted that in their comp.
Yep, and I like Morgana because it's a little bit of a flex too. You don't know if it's going to be support. You don't know if it's going to be a jungle Morgana. I do feel like I see jungle Morgana more right now. But maybe they could throw it back. Season 1, Season 2, you know, the mid lane Morgana too. Who knows?
Yes,
Probably
indeed. Not. Oh, a Lulu coming out here for the Kickin Squids. Now,
will we see Elise in for the Kickin Squids?
I did. Oh God, right? Are there other champions that kick? I guess Camille as well, right?
I was just going to say,
lots of kicks in Camille. Okay, well they've got options at least, but we hope that we see the Lee Sin or the Camille.
Are there other? Yeah, I guess those are the two. Is there anyone else who kicks? Oh, Scion kicks the minion.
That's true. That's a big kick. That's a big kick. There are a lot of champions, like not a lot, but there's champions with lots of legs, right? But in terms of kicks in the kit, I think it's slimmer pickings.
Yeah, I think that might be it. Did get the Jinx. I love Jinx Lulu with the Moo. Very good frontline lockdown. Good setup for that lane. Good setup for them in team fights. Very hard to get to the Jinx through both of those champions. We do see the Yasuo locked in on the other side.
Wow.
I do like that.
Wow. Okay. Really locked in super fast. So this is, Yasuo. Yasuo, I feel like it's something that you build around. But we've only got one knockup so far.
Yeah, I feel like if you're on the side of Kickin Squids, you're thinking about, the Nautilus, if this Morgana is jungle. You're thinking about, Diana, great ban there. Any of those really easy, setup champions, that give Yasuo that free ultimate. You normally don't want to have Yasuo be the only knockup on the right. He doesn't want to be solo boloing in there to get things.
This last ban.
Alistar is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of knockups in the game.
There are a lot of knockups in the game. It feels like as they've added more mechanics, knockups are something that they don't really sweat about adding. Ooh.
It looks like they're wagering this Morgana support.
Yes.
Which I think, obviously if they've scouted it, maybe they do know that Morgana's likely to go support here. Ooh, does that mean Yasuo's ADC?
Okay. I know that, the Bugleberry Finn school of thought is really a collective with Rat House and Old No Name. The three of them all have insane, they grew up in the weird trenches of League way back in the early days. And Yasuo ADC is something that Bugleberry plays all the time. I was wondering if it leaked in and maybe affected this Yasuo pick right here. We'll see.
That's beautiful.
Cho'Gath.
Pretty standard comp on the left side.
Yeah.
Kickin Squids. I'm curious if they pick like a Syndra here or something like that. I'll be like, wow, that is a comp that I have seen before.
Mm-hmm. Season 4, Season 5.
Yeah, a classic. I'm so glad Cho'Gath is in meta. Oh,
nice.
I like Silas. They've got good front line, good protection for the Jinx here. A lot of people that create space for the Jinx, but on the other side, a lot of setup that could, if Jinx gets Malzahar ulted. Ooh, the Ambessa.
Very nice.
So, is it Sion, Yasuo bot, Morgana jungle, Ambessa top, Malzahar mid?
That's a good question. And while we ponder it, I'm going to get this prediction up.
Jungler. Yeah. I believe that's probably what it is. We'll see. We're going to find out. We will see once we get into game.
It's the only way to find out. Red side, Sensei Randall's. Okay. Say. Oh, God. It's intermediate. Oh, that's too long. Okay, we're going with the acronym.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Also, two teams scrapping for the first win here. Someone tonight coming out of this in considerably better shape.
Absolutely, a lot on the line. Predictions
I always
are
feel like
live.
games like this are so fun to watch because both teams they're deep in the lab, right? They're both like, all right, this is our chance. This is our chance to get the win. We're locked in on it. We're prepped. We're circling this week. You have full confidence coming into this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really hyped to see it.
And this is week 3 of the season, right? So this is, definitely a great time to begin a push. I'd still say definitively early on. And yeah, there's a lot to play for.
Yeah, and I am excited about the Rathus or Rat House versus Backpack matchup in the bot lane. I think both very good ADC players. Salty Vein Main, I talked about it on the booth in our first week. Had them circled in commercial as someone I really wanted to pay attention. Also, I want to give a shout out to Kev Had Allergies. It used to be Kev Has Allergies. Has since cured them, is now Kev Had Allergies.
So, distracted.
We love to see growth.
We love to see growth. Absolutely. Listen, there's a lot of medicines out there. It's important. Oh, he still has them. All right. Yeah. Well,
I tried. I saw the growth. I don't remember when I noticed this, but I have seen this for a while, and this has been my first opportunity to share this information, and it's wrong.
Oh, thanks, Evdingus. Also, thank you to the subs that we got. War Leader 21, 19 Steps, and Someone You Don't Know. Thank you guys so much for the Prime subs. Salty Vein is an attractive man who plays League of Legends real good, says 19 Steps. And Someone You Don't Know, of course, says LeChance Lixtos. Thanks, someone.
Such a good name. I say it every time I hear it, but Someone You Don't Know, it's just good mouthfeel.
Yes.
It just rolls, right? Just something about it. It just sounds so good.
So right. Mouthfeel, an underrated aspect of language. It's important.
Oh, it is Scion Jungle.
That is an old no-name kind of thing to do.
I think it's fun to play Scion Jungle.
I think we're going to see it be very effective today. It has kicked my ass multiple times when playing against Old No Name. What about your mouthfeel? You have amazing mouthfeel, Someone You Don't Know.
Amazing mouthfeel.
Zodiac redeeming a caster compliment. Very easy. Zodiac, you have been on top of the casting calls in the stream team thread. Whenever there's an opportunity to cast, Zodiac has been jumping on it right away. And, you know, that helps streams go live and get beamed right into your computers, living rooms, cell phones, wherever you happen to be watching this. Maybe on a train, maybe on a plane. Maybe you are parasailing right now and you are over the Caribbean looking at a beautiful sunset, listening to the Low Budget LCS. Wherever you are, it's because of people like Zodiac, just ready and willing to get up on here and speak some words into a mic.
That's beautiful. That's truly beautiful. I can only echo, that's my first year being able to work with Zodiac as playing on a build team, and to actually speak and interact with Zodiac a ton, and what a wonderful person. Fun to be around. Absolute light in any room you're in.
Now, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I have to confess, you sound like a robot to me. Do I sound like a robot to the stream? And did Vega sound like a robot to you guys? And should I keep an eye out for connection things on my end?
You sound good on stream, but you sound like a robot to me.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
I'll rejoin in here.
Vega's the only robot. Okay, we're gonna try it again. We've turned it off and turned it on.
Hello?
Oh, that works.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it sounds great now. I don't know. I guess Discord's just being weird.
Dude, Discord is just weird sometimes.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not repeating that, Zodiac. But it was probably the nicest thing I've ever said.
It sounded so nice. You know,
it was very heartfelt. Oh my gosh.
All I have is
always
water.
bet the under. I only have coffee, so here we go.
What's up, bad guy Maddox? Yo, 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 yo. Kenny from Canada. It's just the perfect time for parasailing. What can I say? RK water ski. Listen, if there's anybody who should be skiing, it's you. It's in your name. This would be the time that Discord has a crisis, an identity crisis, you know. True that. Okay. Please, Squids, I need this one. Khazad-dûm. Okay, nice. You bet. Did you go all in on them? Honestly, bets are looking pretty even right now. Listen, game 2. Listen, someone's got to win game 1, right? I feel like game 2, more people bet on the team that won in game 1, and that's where you can make schmeckles. Is the confidence of other people that just the same thing's going to happen again. Holy shit.
That's good betting advice. That's good betting advice. Because I usually almost always bet the under, but also I never have any money. So I always feel fine about betting it because I'm like, well, I'll have the same amount next stream just by watching. But I actually have 18K right now because I won big last night.
Oh.
I broke my rule. Usually I bet against any team I want to win, so that way I'm happy regardless. Either the team I want to win wins or I get money. But I broke my rule last night and it worked. But that was only to try to take Buggles' money.
Vega, you let yourself love last night? You bet on the team you wanted to win?
I did.
That's really beautiful. Now that's growth.
I never do that. That's growth. That's growth as a person.
And you took Buggles' Schmeckles, which is like, that's the whole point of this whole thing.
That is the point. Does my voice sound fine now?
You sound perfect. Crystal clear.
Perfect. Awesome. Wonderful. I don't know what was happening.
Wormley says, I have 2 mod accounts, one for betting and one for cheating. That's important. You gotta have your cheating mod account. Yep.
I remember when I got mine.
Yeah, anybody we that has passed our smell test for mods, we give you a cheating account. It's just it's the way of the world.
The real key is if you tell us in the interview that you despise cheating, you don't get it.
Right.
You're cheating. I don't know that you're.
Oh no,
The cheaters.
we've roboted again for a moment. We'll see.
Level 1 shenanigans. Oh, let's put it again. Discord, please.
God, Discord, please, for the love of God. Listen, y'all are just going to hear some robot sounds this stream, and that's okay. Robots, as AI becomes more powerful, I think it's important that we invite robots into spaces like this.
This is an AI cast.
That was the perfect amount of distortion to understand what you said, but just to have you sound like a robot. Your laugh is... Oh, this is great. Guys, this is intentional voice modulation is what I'd like you to tell people around you if anybody sort of goes back and listens to this. Well, level 1. We're just going to continue to go ahead and we'll figure this out as time goes on. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this, Vega. Okay. It's level 1. It's the beginning of the game, where all games begin. There's no way about it. Where is Little Robot Man? It's a good point, Waterski. Little Robot Man is either responsible for this or can solve it. It's one of those two things. But we'll have to see. My eyes are going to be on this Scion Jungle. I said some pretty big things earlier, which is that Scion Jungle was definitely going to pop off and become a tanky nightmare that nobody will be able to kill. Vega's in chat now. But we're gonna have to see if that does truly come to fruition. Of course, backpack and gig. Do we think it's gig or gg? Uh-oh. Okay, well this is interesting. If there are any admins, okay, backpack, gonna go in here onto Ravander. Very nice tornado knockup right there. Trade some health in order to pull that off. If we have any admins around who might be able to do some shenangling with the Discord on the back end, we'll see if somebody can help out Vega here. But until then, we shall press on as we do. Once again, here at the low budget LCS, split vein main gonna go in. That's a low looking Malzahar. A great flash from Myth. Malzahar gets out, and that's what's important. Nice zap landing here as well. Okay, so that's gonna set the tone in the mid lane right now. Oh, Carl Barbarism's gonna have old No Name coming around. Maybe a gank, maybe not. Backpack gonna go in right here. Rat House getting exhausted. They're gonna commit to this. Backpack walking forward. They've been polymorphed. Jinx, Rat House, very nice flash in the tornado. Up in the top lane. This is a 2v1. That's the knockup. That's the first blood going to Ambessa. Very, very well done up there in the top lane. And bot lane, a great flash from Rat House. If he doesn't dodge that tornado, I'm not quite sure that he survives. Backpack taking the opportunity, going in. He's got the shield. That's the knockup, though. He can't flash that. Rat House trying to walk away, but that's going to be a kill. Gig's going to get it, but Backpack is going to continue to press forward as Ravander's going to get rooted down by the binding from Morgana, and the bot lane claims the feat of warfare. Sensei Randall's intermediate karate squadron, as RK Waterski says, karate chops only. Zodiac, did you hack Vega? Well, let's give Vega a little while longer to connect, but we might be tapping you in. We'll see. Okay. Salty Vein main going to go in. Of course not. You sound guilty. There's the Malzahar going down. Zap's gonna connect. Morgana's gonna get locked up here on these Jinx Chaps. Ravander closing the distance, getting the slow. That's the flash from the Morgana. The zap's going to connect with the minion. Rathouse walking forward, looking for a rocket angle, maybe a zap, but Ravander doesn't need it. Supportal combat at its absolute finest. Oh, thank you, Hawk to a Herald 2010, for the follow from 2010. That was a called shot, the whole Hawk to a trend. And also, Jellyfisher, thank you for being one of the newest followers to the low budget LCS. We're happy to have you here. And Red Drake is going to be picked up right now. Hello.
We'll see how long this lasts.
We will see. This is classic Discord. Okay, we've had some kerfuffles. Backpack's going to dive right in, feeling empowered from the kills that they just got in the bot lane. They're feeling strong. Phenom's looking low. Phenom gets taken out. Ravander's on the run now, and they are just going to turn back to this dragon. Sensei Randall's is having a very strong early game.
Yeah, and once you lose the flashes in bot lane, this Yasuo becomes that much more dangerous, right? The black shield on, there's not really a way for Lulu or Jinx to stop the pressure there, and right now, Backpack feeling good, as I said.
Absolutely, the 2v1, it doesn't matter. Very nice. He was trying to wait for it to expire. He might go down here. A flash into... Whoa! I loved the idea behind that play. Look at that, the flash forward. Going to use the suppression onto Geg as Silas has some great ult options. Yeah, that's what we're going for.
Do you know the Pokemon like Regigigas?
Is that like a gray one? And it's
yeah, it's just it talks like that. It's what it says.
Oh, nice. That's one of the legendary ones, right?
Yeah, well, I think so.
I'm not 100% sure. My
don't know.
Pokemon knowledge has flagged since the early
It's like
generations.
Gen 1 and 2. Yeah, it's like Silver Gold. All right.
Yeah, 100%. I can walk you through those, no problem. But that. Oh, there's the ult. I mean, really, really well done right there. Another Malzahar ult coming out. They're gonna take the Malzahar ult, just continuing to get Malzahar ulted. Brutal. Okay, so this is
back and forth. Good gosh, look at the gold.
Right? Oh, very nice from Salty Vane, actually dodging that and finding the angle onto Carl Barbarism, who's using all of his many dashes to get away. But you know who doesn't have any dashes? That's right, Scion. Whoa.
Whoa.
Cuts away to a dive. Holy shit, what just happened down there? Failed dive? Gets out, but the rocket, he gets it! Wow. What an incredible... I wish we had seen that whole thing.
We're only 8 minutes into this game, and there's already 14 kills. It's almost 2 kills a minute.
These teams are so ready to scrap. And it's interesting, I mean, that last series of events kind of threw this narrative off a little bit, but we see Sensei Randall's having a very strong bot lane. This Morgana Yasuo starting to get a couple of kills, starting to show their strength. As Backpack now trying to find an angle onto Rathouse right here. He doesn't have his tornado. And Ravander, well, you got to be careful. Very nice. Anyways, strong bot lane from Sensei Randall's, strong mid lane from the Kickin Squids. But after that dive now, Jinx is back into this game. Farm-wise, they're pretty much even. Who knows what's going to happen next?
Yeah, and I'm really happy about this because, you know, a lot of times when you watch series where two teams have not had the best luck recently, you're worried that they kind of come out a little bit, conservative. They don't want to, make a mistake, things like this. Both these teams are saying, no, we're going to take the advantage. We want to fight. We want to take the lead in these games and take control early, and neither team blinking right now, as both sides have clear advantages in different areas.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh
Carl. My gosh.
Dude, Ambessa, I'll confess, I don't 100% know all of Ambessa's, abilities and interactions, but what I do know is it's a lot of dashes, there's some knockups in there, and she's just in general a terror to get away from.
She's like melee Callista if she couldn't pull her spears out and she threw herself.
Interesting. And threw herself. I like
her
that.
ult throws herself at them. So
Kev has allergies starting to look pretty tanky.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Shogat gets a couple of stacks of that ult in. They start to become a lot more tanky, and has that sustain built in, more trading in the bot lane.
Yeah, these guys just are not going to stop Vega. It's going to be constant fighting down there. Like in the mid lane, too, there's the ult coming off and the binding as well. Everything connects onto the intended target. Let's see if Ravander can keep him alive, but looks like the answer is going to be no, but that's not going to stop Amumu from going on in. His backpack falls, and Geg is going to get out of there as they flash away back to safety.
Dude, that was too good. That might be your best one yet.
Thank you.
That was too good. Yeah, I mean, it's tit for tat constantly. Both carries die in the bot lane. Amumu does pick up some much needed gold. Amumu is very good into this enemy comp. There are a lot of melees that want to get involved in there, and Amumu can be the difference in these later game team fights. So getting that gold early, getting that advantage, you know, kind of snowballing yourself a little bit closer to those second item spikes is really important. Meanwhile, mid, not a lot of mana on the Malzahar right now, but does have the ultimate up.
Yeah, we'll see. Ooh.
Oh, now they both do.
Yeah, a Silas in any game is just hilarious. I somehow always forget that he's gonna have my ults, but he does, and he always has the one that most immediately hurts me.
It always feels bad too. You're like, I wanted that.
Great flash from Rat House. Backpack looking for a tornado, trying to find those knockups, but doesn't quite get it and pulls out. That's an important part of being a Yasuo.
Yeah, I do think also now that Lulu is 6, as long as Morgana's not there for the Black Shield, Jinx and Lulu can peel the Yasuo. You know, the giant growth obviously, you know, gives the knock up, gives him some safety and health. Also, the traps on the ground can be very disruptive to Yasuo's dashing around. But early Dragon Lane here, second dragon is up. But 6 grubs being attempted right now outside of Red House, and we'll see if they can pick that up. They do have pressure mid here that should lead to that for free, but will it be traded for a second dragon?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, Sensei Randall's isn't necessarily in position to lock this down. Now they're going to be able to kind of pressure them away. Oof, Malzahar in such a rough spot right here. Phenom's going to land that binding, and it looks like they're going to commit everything they need to take that Malzahar out of the fight.
Great stacking of CC there. They don't give time for Malzahar to turn around, get any abilities off on them to stop that. The ult was just coming up for Amumu there, so great layering of CC, and that's great mid-jungle play right there. They get the 6 grubs. Now Silas will be able to push with that. They pick up the dragon with that pressure, or dragon is picked up while that pressure is on mid lane. So definitely still a trade, and even if you're behind, being in the 2 dragon spot normally feels good, right? You have time to scale now. You don't have to worry about that soul coming up or anything like that.
Oh, wait, was that a flash in place? Backpack maybe in a little bit of trouble right here. That's going to be Morgana's shield going down. Binding goes wide. Very nice tornado, the knock up. Okay, bandages goes wide as well, and Backpack's actually going to go forward. Wait, can we see a 3v1 right here? Let's see. Backpack lands the tornado on all 3. He gets the knock up. He gets the kill. He's looking for a house. He gets it. He turns it around. Backpack and get it. And they are going to probably be able to take this tower.
Holy moly! Just a Yasuo moment right there. The 3-man knock-up. What a play!
Yeah, that was...
top.
Oh, Kev has allergies. Gonna survive the ult. Oh, wow. Okay. Someone's saying visual bug. I don't know if that's a known thing. God, look at this Silas right here. Just such a terror. Giving this Malzahar such a hard time.
Silas is one of the champions. Fall behind to a Silas, he can be so oppressive in the lane. Good news is, Malzahar kind of does what Malzahar does regardless.
Right.
Your R still does the same thing regardless of how much gold you have. So that's a good sign for this game, right? And there are fed people on the team. Malzahar's job in this game will be locking down things so Yasuo can play these team fights out, so Mbessa can play these team fights out. So even though it stinks to get behind in mid lane, gotta feel good though still to be able to be like, okay, I still can do my job. I can still play, make the way I need to for my team comp. And it is AD Scion jungle. There will be no tank here. It's all damage on this train.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's he's going for that burst mode.
Yeah, I like it. Dead even gold right now at 15 minutes, despite us having 21 kills in 14 minutes.
Jesus.
Dead even gold.
Yeah, these teams do not disappoint. Still can't get over that. I said a 3v1, but 3v2. Morgana was doing a lot of work down there as well. But Backpack landing the triple knockup. I mean, that is just beautiful.
Yeah, they're looking top lane. Cho'Gath is getting to the point though where it's very hard to gank and chunk him out. He's very tanky. It's gonna be oh my goodness.
Oh, I heard the noise. I was like, what are we looking at? It's the Sylas who comes up and gets immediately attacked on by this Ambessa ultimate. Old No Name into the mix as well. Kev has allergies looking a little bit low. There's the Scion ult from Old No Name. That's the double knockup right there. Now Salt Vein Man in trouble, but his jungler is here. He's not going to let him go alone. A flash away from Old No Name, but that second bandage toss from Phenom is going to land, and Salt Vein Main will have the knockups as well. Look at that. A great fight from both sides.
Yeah, great fight, great roam up there with the ult. We'll give Malzahar a little bit of time on this tower in mid lane, but they will get that same afforded pressure on top lane, take up that tower. The 6 grubs doing their work there. I do think if you're on the side of Sensei Randall's right here, though, even though the kill trade goes negative, you're probably okay with the gold that's going into Malzahar's pocket now, and the fact that you got a little bit more gold onto your Ambessa there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I'm sure Malzahar is happy to just sort of be like, okay, oh, very nice wind wall, nice shield too. They've got this Yasuo Morgana lane down. They are piloting it very effectively.
Yeah, I am thoroughly impressed with this lane. So far, the bot lane we kind of circled, you know, as the matchup to watch out for. You know, early has lived up to the hype of all the fireworks between both of them, both teams making plays, and Salty Vein Main, very good game so far. The question will be, how does Backpack deal with that Sylas later?
Oh my god. Was it the traps? The traps did it. Oh my god. Really good from Rat House.
Yeah, that is both sums off the Jinx there. That will matter. With a dragon in 1 minute, that would be soul point. You are going to have Jinx with no summoners available for that.
Absolutely. And it looks like they're looking to lock down Herald right now.
I think that's a good idea. I think right now they have a lot of pressure right now with the Yasuo bot lane. That normally means a Mumu, Sylas, these champions have to hover. Speaking of, looks like they are sending 4 people bot to deal with that. But in the meantime, a good pickup is to make a play on the top side of the map.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, let's see if Backpack can get his way out of this. He does have the tornado. He doesn't use it right away. Okay, very nice. He's going to go under the tower and get Malzahar ulted. And you know what? Sometimes that's what happens.
Yeah, I think... I mean, obviously, giving over the shutdown feels bad, but they're going to get a lot of pressure on this mid tower with the Rift Herald plus 3-man push here. I think they just get this.
Yeah.
I think they're probably pretty happy with that trade, even though they give away the shutdown. In gold efficiency, they're back up to even in gold in this game, and Yasuo should be up in time to contest the dragon unless the side of Kickin Squids sprints there immediately. We'll see how much time can be bought by the side of Sensei Randall's here.
Yeah, that's probably a conversation they're having right now is just an organized retreat. Old No Name in the perfect spot to sort of land one of these invisible Scion charges. Okay, there it is. They're going to collapse onto a Mumu, and they might, yeah, they just take him out.
Yeah, the kill goes over to Malzahar. There's probably 3 of the champions you least want to see walking into an unwarded bush is Morgana, Malzahar, or Scion.
Yup.
So... a lot of CC there that should afford them the dragon as the jungler is down, which will be soul point for them right now.
Yeah, puts them in a pretty good spot. And, you know, we saw the strength of vision there, right? I think Jinx and Lulu just felt like they couldn't walk down into no vision. And Mumu thought they were tanky enough, but they just had all the resources. Speaking of resources, they are throwing everything up here against Carl Barksism, which is an incredible name. Great ult onto the Jinx.
Amazing.
A flash away. Holy shit! The hands on Carl Barksism.
Sensei Randall's has got hands in every position.
My God.
Goodness. Backpack and Carl Barksism, I mean, insane place. Oh,
Backpack just...
this.
All right, Backpack wants this to happen. Backpack feels confident enough. Throwing that wind wall. Okay, they have the tornado. They get the knockup, but they're not going to go in on it. Carl Barksism coming back around.
For some reason... don't take this the wrong way, because I don't mean it in any negative way. When you say Backpack, it sounds like you're talking in the third person. Like you're talking about yourself. Backpack wants this.
Well, you know, it's just sort of, I kind of see myself as a Backpack.
Backpack won't stop. Okay, Backpack. Okay.
People talking in the third person, that is just one of the things, like, if it's done in movies, 2 things crack me up. 1 is physical comedy, 2 is people talking about themselves in the third person. I just die laughing. I don't know what it is.
It's so funny, and I don't know why.
Oh, maybe I'm channeling that. Okay, Vega, Even gold.
Yes.
Different resources for both teams. Which of these teams would you rather be in this moment at 20 minutes?
Well, I would rather. It's tough. The composition I would rather have is probably Kickin Squids because I'm a league traditionalist. I don't want all this Scion in the jungle and Yasuo in the bottom lane. But Sensei Randall's is on Soul Point right now, which is a very good place to be in the game. So game state-wise, I love where Sensei Randall's is. I love their game state, how they've played out this early game. Even though the gold's the map state much favors them. So right now, they're pressuring this Otacon also.
Wow.
I love this play.
Burning it. They go in. Wait, can we see a steal right here? No, they're going to get Ruinous. Okay, there it is. That's one target going down. The Silas is gone. A teleport coming in. But they're not going to chase. They're just going to take these roses.
And it went like we said. Malzahar. It doesn't matter how behind you are. If you press that R button on another champion and your team's there, they can go down. And just like that, they pick up the Otacon. They're going to have pressure on this tier 2 bottom lane here. Got a big wave coming in now. There is defense.
No way. Lands the tornado, goes in for the ult. He doesn't care about the turret. Backpack, that's me, really is going to get that kill onto Rat House. And they're just going to hunt down Ravander right now as Malzahar survives, even tanking. In the top lane, there's a split push, but Sensei Randall's punching into the base.
Man, I don't know how much better you can play that. I mean, outside of maybe flash the tornado, but it happens so fast, it's so hard to see. I don't know what else you could do. And right now, they are pressuring the base. Will they look to fight their R3 here? A lot was used in that.
Oh.
They're considering it right now.
Wow, one more auto attack may have done it. Or did they perfectly nail it? Holy shit, they perfectly nailed it. Dude, this is how I know that these players are better than me, because every time Backpack does something, I'm thinking, that's a mistake. I think you're gonna die, buddy. And they just they end up killing everybody.
That's you.
That's me.
So,
but I am Backpack. Maybe
it's
I
like
do
your
have the
own inner
confidence.
monologue telling you to back off.
Well, that's the kind of mindset you have to get the most out of a champion like that. Like, you have all that mobility. Don't be afraid to use it. And he's not. We saw him go through turret aggro on that dive. Like, get all the way to the other side of the turret. And his team backed him up. And that's what you need to pull off a Yasuo in your composition.
Could not agree more. It's the same philosophy I take to gambling. Scared money will not make money.
Yeah.
If you're playing an aggressive champion, you have to play aggressively.
100%.
And that's exactly what we're seeing. I do think we want to see this Jinx get to 2 items, see what they can do. But honestly, the way Backpack has been playing these fights out, and the way Sensei Randall's has been playing, they're so bursty. They're so quick to converge on a target. It's hard to even imagine what item. Jinx completes the IE. Yes, you'll be a little bit stronger, but if Backpack is getting to that backline, it is so hard to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just got the confidence. The wind wall's been so effective. What is the Jinx riding? Is that a little go-kart? What skin is that?
Is that the Christmas skin? It is, right? It's a little toy choo-choo train.
Adorable.
Also, I banned this from scrims for my teams because if you pause at the beginning of the game, the sound of the choo-choo train does not stop, and it will play indefinitely.
Well, that's a nightmare. And
just
speaking
so
of nightmares, we might be having a run back. Here it is in the exact same spot. Sensei Randall's pounces, but Phenom is here this time and ready to get revenge. A great flash in, and look at the split vein main coming around to the back line. That's going to be Malzahar going quite low, getting taken down, but Backpack is still alive and full health as Carl Barksism is the one who's been tanking all of this Jinx energy. She gets excited off the zap. That is a 3 for 2 right now, and a disconnect from Salt Vein Main, unfortunately. But, God, Backpack just did so much in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, that fight, one of the big heroes of that fight that kind of is going to go unnoticed is Carl Barksism takes Lulu and Jinx completely out of that fight. They have to immediately turn to deal, and that leaves the rest of their team just to get wailed on by Backpack and Myth down there. And this is going to be soul secured here as the Scion does it. It wasn't great. A Mumu ult from Phenom. They just... Beautiful team fight play from Sensei Randall's. And yeah, we do have a little bit of a pause here. We need to get a pause sponsor.
We do need to get a pause sponsor. They would, depending on how stable the client is, they would get a lot of free time.
Who's your dream pause sponsor?
Oh, dream? Such a good question. A dream pause sponsor. A dream pause sponsor would ideally be some sort of like Audible or Audible adjacent who would let us like read or play parts of their book, audiobooks during the pause. Because we could take a break if we needed to. We could also do our best to read the passages that are being read. Do a little old school radio show. So that's my dream. Tiny Hands is coming in with Minute Maid. Minute Maid was our old joke sponsor. Minute Maid, not the juice company. Minute Maid's a maid service that cleans your apartment for 1 minute. So they're just Minute Maids. They come in, frantically clean as much as they can within 60 seconds, and they get out of there. Not a good business, but it's an idea. How about you? What's your advertising dream?
I don't know how to follow that up. That was very detailed, and I am not prepared to follow it up. I was stuck then thinking when you brought up audiobooks, I was like, are you reading anything right now?
Ooh. What am I reading? I'm stuck halfway through a book, not because it's not good. I've just been running around a lot lately. Where is it? One Dark Window, which I think is what I talked to you about last time. A great little romantasy, yes. A little romance and fantasy. And it has a very, very fun magic system that involves cards.
You did tell me this, yeah.
Yes.
How
about yourself?
I bought hold on. I bought Marcus Aurelius's it's like a journal thing that's been like translated and made, and I've been reading stuff out of it every morning. Which has been nice in the morning because I'll get up and I'll have coffee and I'll read a little bit of it.
Oh, that's lovely.
Also, I started rereading the Iliad and Odyssey.
Oh, dude!
Because, yeah, the movie's being made, so I was like, I haven't really read that in a long time, so I wanted to reread it.
I love both of those, and when I was a nerdy little teenager, I would just crush those back to back. My mom was always a really big fan of Greek mythology, and she just like made it her business that we would, read as many Greek myths as possible, and that kind of naturally led into the Odyssey and the Iliad.
Mm-hmm.
Another Mr. Elliott says, every pause begins with, Audible knows that as an LBLCS enthusiast, you probably never learned how to read. And that's the perfect sponsor.
That is actually the perfect sponsor. Also, I think I have Audible, but Spotify Premium comes with it. I'm that guy who has the Spotify family account that people are just attached to.
Love it.
In random places, and every now and then someone will reach out and ask me what my address is, and then I realize they're asking because Spotify is asking them what their home address is.
Not just sort of a random question. Recommend Amatora. Finishing it now. RK Waterski. What's the short pitch on Amatora? Thanks, Sawyer Sauce. It's pronounced like see above. Oh, Minute Maid, they would shorten the pauses. Tiny Hands, that's good. Sensei Randall's mid lane is Mythics. Oh, mid lane is Mythics.
I said myth because it makes sense now that I see it. Now that I know, I'm like, okay.
History of American clothing influencing fashion trends in Japan. In what time periods, RK Waterski? That sounds very interesting.
That sounds awesome. I had actually, I bought also, I sent you the picture, but I bought Kagurabachi, a bunch of the physical. Yeah. Yes,
absolutely. That's been fantastic. Oh, I just caught up on Dan to Dan on the manga. And
so good.
Oh, so good. So good. They're doing so much fun shit, and I love all this like cryptid, stuff that they're doing, and like different little monsters. It's just a blast.
I started reading Tower Dungeon.
What
I don't know if
the
you've
fuck
heard
is
of
that?
this.
No.
It looks awesome. I'll send you a link to it. But
Please.
it, I saw art from it randomly on Twitter, and was like, "Oh, this looks awesome." The name does not go very hard, but it's sick.
Another
I have
friend.
really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Meticulous Eater, for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. We will do our best to provide you with perfectly proportioned foods, as I assume that is what you prefer. And none of the foods will be touching each other. Don't you worry about that. We would never. We will literally never. Ooh, also, Gooey Hestia. Hestia, the Hearthkeeper in Olympus, if I'm recalling correctly. Somebody can correct me on that. Solo leveling. Vega, have you read all of Solo Leveling out of curiosity?
I have. I'm very much enjoying the anime also.
Yes. I've the fights in it are absolutely fantastic.
Oh, they're great.
They're so good. Next level. Oh, also, speaking of fights, I have been cracking into Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh yeah, how are you liking it? I'm on the fence right now, so.
Okay, so I had never ventured into. I feel like, we're all in this gaming space. There are lands yet unconquered. Everybody has a world that they haven't stepped into, and Monster Hunter was that for me. I didn't really understand it. I didn't understand the loop of the game. What are we doing here? What's going on? Essentially, it's just a series of boss fights, and that's it. I kind of didn't understand that, and you're just fighting these bosses over and over and over again, and it's a blast. The weapons feel really good. I'm really enjoying it. I think the story's okay, but honestly, what's doing it for me is just like really big hammers and chunky armor that I can wear.
A bit of Vega lore. One of the first video game things that I got, I was very young, standing in line for the first Monster Hunter on PS2 at GameStop. Whoa. I pre-ordered. It's the first game I ever pre-ordered.
Whoa.
And they gave out a Monster Hunter T-shirt for it. So, yeah. I never played another Monster Hunter after that until I'm considering playing this one.
I wonder if that Monster Hunter shirt's a collector's item.
Probably is. It's somewhere at my parents' house.
Just gonna help.
We're back.
We are back. We are back into this thrilling game. 19 Steps asked, how many subs until you get a company dog? I don't know, but we have plenty of pets in the low-budget LCS. And I like to think that none of them belong to the LBLCS, but they're all loved by the LBLCS, and that's important.
We do have a great, the pets channel in the Discord,
Dude.
Routinely some of the cutest animals I've ever seen.
I love the weird sort of extremely fun side benefit to the low budget LCS is that I really feel like I could ask, okay, hold on a second, we might have something here. A little bit of a scrap as that's going to be the sign alt coming in. Teleports as well. Sensei Randall's going to hold this choke. Oh, No Name is going to get the charge off right there. The joint. Carl Barksism into the back line. Kevin Has Allergies is going to keep off as here we go. Backpack coming around, but he might not be able to find his way in. This fight has kind of dispersed a little bit, but the flash forward from Backpack as he gets the kill onto the Cho'Gath, and now everything's being poured into the Yasuo. That's the shutdown going into the Jinx, and Sensei Randall's intermediate squadron knows that they have to flash away because that Jinx is excited and terrifying because of it. 1 for 1 off of that fight. Who do you think came out on top there?
I would say Kickin Squids for sure. Kickin Squids has kind of been the ball instead of the bat recently in these fights, and I think we see there what their comp can do when they're on the front foot, right? When they're the one picking the fight. And Jinx so close there to getting, you know, that second hit excited, but they're going right back to the Baron here.
Wow, this is not what I expected after losing Backpack, and just showed Phenom coming around the corner. They are not burning it fast enough, but it's just Phenom. They don't know that it's just Phenom, but they're going to back off, and that is the smart and responsible thing to do.
Yeah, I do think that's smart. There still is the Amumu ult up, and they do have teleport up on both of the solo laners there, so it wouldn't take a lot for people to join that fight. But right now, you know, it is about a 4,000 gold difference at this point in the game, but 4,000 gold spread between all the people out there is not an insane amount. And now the QSS on that Jinx will be able to get out of some of that CC most importantly. And we are getting to the stage where Kickin Squids comp excels, right? When it's front to back, it's team fighting, people are balled up. So you're going to have to get creative as Sensei Randall's now to find some of those, you know, engages where the Ambessa and Yasuo can really, you know, show how annoying their, you know, mobility is.
Yeah, for sure. Two very dashy champions.
Yeah, a lot of movement over there. What's funny is there's so much movement, and then there's Malzahar.
Yes.
And Morgana, who have no movement spells.
Oh, they're just
like, wait up, guys.
doing their best, you know?
Yeah. We're on our way.
Yeah, the knock-up from Backpack could be everything here. Carl Barks is... Whoa, look at that! Double Ambessa ult!
What a play!
Holy shit, that was... I mean, that was brilliant.
Yeah, and Ambessa always takes you to the last person in the line, so that's great play, getting to the back for the escape. Ultimately, it's not going to cost a lot. They just trade ults, and they do get the shove in mid there, which is nice. They punish that. Now they're going to get first walk to this Baron and start it, but... too long for Kickin Squids is on the way to contest, but good setup here in the bush.
Very much so. Very nice. A lot going into this Cho'Gath. The teleport coming behind, though. I'm not sure if they know that. Great wind wall. Phenom going to flash forward, drop the ult, and that's going to be... oh my god, Salty Vein Main is on the backline, but he's going to get stuffed by a Malzahar ult as Phenom goes down, and they just pull it back. That was really well done from Sensei Randall's.
That's great. Using the Baron kind of as the carrot on the stick, say, you've got to walk over here. You've got to walk into us where we have vision control. And great setup. Jinx didn't have anywhere to go. She steps up to try to deal damage to save her Cho'Gath, and Ambessa is on the flank. Forces her to step more up into the fight, and just like that, they are punished, and that will be the Baron.
Huge swing for Sensei Randall's here, and quite frankly, you know, in the seesaw moment of the game, that was something that they needed. As this Jinx is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger, you know, they're hoping that this is a push that can cripple the base of Kickin Squids.
Yeah, right now this is your chance. You've got the Baron there. You do have Elder spawning also in 30 seconds, a very early Elder considering they got the 4-stack dragons, but this side lane pressure makes it so hard to contest that Elder as Mythics is going to be pressuring this tier 2 tower. We'll back off here. Jinx is still very dangerous at this stage in the game, but gets that tier 2 nonetheless. 4 items on the Yasuo right now, very strong. And I just want to remind everybody that Malzahar was 0-4-0 and now has the highest bounty in the game.
Absolutely. Little golf claps for that. Carl Barksism has a lot of people on their tail. That's an item used from Silas. Carl Parks isn't playing around with it because they know their team is coming. That's teleports. Folks, we've got another fight on our hands. Wind wall is out. Phenom going in deep here. The Malzahar in the back line, being able to just eat through. Kev has allergies here. Carl Barks isn't causing so much trouble. Rat House trying to find an angle, trying to get excited, but just not able to have enough time to get excited as Revander's the last one left alive, but they too will fall. That is a complete ace. And 40 seconds on death timers? I have to imagine this is the game.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. I think with Baron here, they're going to be able to push in and take this down. A very strong fight there. And good job by Sensei Randall's when they got the lead. Just no fear to push it. And that is going to be game one going the way of Sensei Randall's.
What an incredible game one. Absolutely action-packed. And up until, like, I don't know, 4 minutes ago, it was really a total coin toss as to who is going to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, that game was back and forth. Probably one of the bloodiest games we've watched in a while. But an absolute banger from start to end. I'm excited for game two already.
Yeah, absolutely. And, remember, folks, this is where you can really make your money when it comes to betting some schmeckles. So don't shy away now. Now's the time to open up those wallets. Although, Kazadoom, well, no more schmeckles.
Well, I guess you'll just have to keep tuning in to earn more.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's our carrot and our stick. Okay. Choose outcome. Sensei Randall's won that game. Complete
They did.
prediction.
I was there. I witnessed it. Saw it with
Excellent.
my own eyes. And my robot voice attempted to speak about it.
Game
Hey.
1. Perfect.
Who is Henry?
Awesome. I don't know. That was probably from our last conversation.
Sometimes I can get confused if I have my client up or your client.
Absolutely. There's just
And-
too many screens.
Yeah, I'm just like, who is Henry? Who am I talking to that said that?
Hold on a second. God, there are.
You mean the guy from Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance?
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you been playing that?
Henry! Yeah, okay. Have I been playing it? I'm probably the worst person at that game imaginable. I am 10 hours in and I still have not gotten my dog.
Dude. Okay, I played a little bit of the first one, and that was my takeaway was like, boy, what a beautiful game that I'm so fucking bad at. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked all the time. People hate me.
They're calling me names. They won't let me into their
they're
towns.
locking me into the stockades. They're throwing tanks at me. I mean, it's great. I love it. It's so good. But yeah, they won't. That guy won't train me. I don't understand how to do the combo. He keeps yelling at me.
God, Vega, I would 100% tune into a stream of you being befuddled as you try to play that game.
Yeah, I feel old.
Another
Like
friend.
my daughter gets me to play Roblox games with her sometimes.
Nice.
And usually I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is like I'm old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
That game, it's like I'm just like I know part of the appeal is that it's like medieval times, and medieval times sucked a lot of the time.
Dude, they did suck. Time travel's a little overrated.
I'm just washing myself in the dirty water outside of the tavern again.
Oh yeah, you can like be dirty and people be
I'm
like
dirty and they don't like me.
just being like, you smell like shit. What's going on?
They are. That's what they're like. They just don't even like you. Some guy's trying to rob me because I walk past his camp and look. He's yelling at me, and I turn and look, and he's like, "You shouldn't have looked!" And he's chasing me with a club, and I'm like, I'm hungry and hurt. Please leave me alone.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great, dude. Listen,
It's a good game. It's a good game.
it's the kind of game that I love listening to reviews for, because I love listening to the people who are really excited about it and like can get the most out of it. But
Yeah, it's like you read a review that's like what I just said about the game, and then at the end they're like, "Yeah, 10 out of 10, great experience,
Incredible."
I loved it." Yeah, absolutely great game. I have not yet been able to do anything.
Oh no, Vega, we've got an. Kevin has allergies. Said, FYI on the allergy lore, someone reported his name and it got banned, so he had to change it to the past tense. That's bullshit.
That's crazy. What?
For anybody who doesn't know, his name was Kevin Has Allergies, what his Twitch channel is right there. I have no idea why that's reportable.
Yeah, what? I'm just surprised it worked. I've been reporting it for years. And now finally...
Vegas had your number, dude. Before the LBA, he joined to hunt you. It was a whole thing. That's crazy, man. Well, I hope.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, Clutch is pointing out RK Waterski, who is normally a support, is jungling, and the fact that Clutch is saying that it means that this is new. This is very new.
This is new information. This is information I'm just being told.
My earpiece is picking up. Okay, what do we got here? Browser source. Exchange. Did I do that right? Yes. And did they switch sides? They switched sides.
Yes, they did.
Awesome. Okay, they haven't started the draft yet, so I'm just gonna do this in front of you guys. Well, listen, I'm glad that you're having a blast with that game. Oh, I was playing. What was I playing? I was playing a really fun game, just like a little one. Matter over Magic.
Ooh, what is that about?
Okay, so it's. Have you heard of Oxygen Not Included?
Yes, I have.
Okay, same company, and it's just like Oxygen Not Included, but like in a wizarding school. So it's like a colony builder, RimWorld-esque game, but you're in a magic castle. Let me find it on Steam. This is always, I'm realizing more and more, just a great venue to shout out things that I want people to play so that the people will keep making shit about it.
Yeah, this is also our, we get our, monthly podcast here where we talk about books and games. And things like, speaking of,
yes,
I'll link this in the LBLCS chat because people should check this out if they like League of Legends. But Teamfight Manager announced a sequel.
What's that?
It's like a MOBA manager game.
Ooh.
But they made a game. There's a Teamfight Manager one that's really cool. But like it's like you do pick band, you teach all them stuff. But like they announced a sequel to it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. You're a real whiz at those management games. I feel like I see you playing them a lot.
Someone made that joke when I got my work job. They're like, "Yeah, Jeremy loves managing stuff.
He's been practicing for a long time. He does nothing
but this. I'm playing F1 Manager nonstop."
That is what I always see your Discord saying.
Yeah, I always log into F1. Draft has started. But do finish about your game. So far the bands are the same.
Mind Over Magic is what it's called. And you should check it out on Steam if you're interested in games like that. We are in draft. This Nasus has received 2 bans. These are some pretty similar bans, I believe.
Doggone it. We do get an Mbessa ban this time, so there will be no Mbessa action in this game. I am curious to see if the Yasuo makes it through.
Yeah, I think the Yasuo is one of those things where it's like, it was effective, but are they gonna do it twice? I feel like Yasuo kind of works really well as a surprise.
I feel like it's harder on blue side also, because you get reaction on red side to draft, whereas it's a little bit harder to surprise someone. Like last time they picked it on R3. So there was still a little bit of, they saw the Jinx Lulu before they locked Yasuo in, so they knew kind of, hey, this is kind of the matchup we would like it. Whereas now, okay, first pick Zin's out. I don't hate. Oh, but the Fizz is unbanned.
Oh. Slipping through. Beautiful.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Fizz Rel, one of my favorite champions. Love Rel in the meta right now. Real reliable, engaged. A lot of different ways to find fights there. Much different than the Lulu of Game 1. Will be a much more proactive bot lane for Kickin Squids.
Did you say reliable?
Yes, I did. You like that?
Wow, that was good. I was trying to parse out, were there 2 L's in that? And there were. Oh, beautiful work.
Yeah, like that? Look at us.
We've got all sorts of tricks.
Casters over here.
Yeah.
Casters over here.
You impressed with that? Maybe follow the stream. Or don't. I'm not your boss. Can't make you do anything. Although I do want to say thank you to the Phantom 8-bit. That's a cool name. But also 3 wigs and counting. What are you collecting those wigs for? And I hope you get more.
Is that a threat or sounds?
Who knows? They'd have to explain themselves.
I do see Aphelios locked in. Like Aphelios a lot. Big fan of the moon. Think he's a pretty cool guy. Don't know what all of his stuff does.
Love the moon. Love the moon. Pretty confusing
Love the
dude.
moon. This is great tier 1 analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Neela. Okay, Neela gets locked in. I've been wanting to talk about Neela for a while, but I haven't casted any League of Legends, or especially not any League of Legends that had Neela in it. But there's a Korean Neela build right now that's really popular, where you're going shield bow first on her, which feels really strong. And I think she pairs really well with Rel. It's very good all-in lane. I will say sometimes Aphelios likes champions that want to engage into him. So kind of see how that bot lane plays out this game. It was very aggressive last game. But Lissandra, also very good pick into the Fizz. Always plays well into Assassins. But outside of that, I gotta like, Sensei Randall's has good go buttons with Zinza Alessandra, but on the other side, same thing. I think we're going to see a lot more kills in the early game.
Yeah, these teams are not shy about fighting, and more go buttons certainly is going to mean more kills. What do we get up to? We cracked 40 kills in a 30-minute game last game, so
I believe so, and it slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, that early game was electric. Thank you, PJ Izzle, for the follow. We appreciate having you. 3 Wigs and Counting says, Party City's going out of business. Now's my chance to become 4 Wigs and Counting. Yeah, first of all, way to break the news. Is the corporation going under?
Party City's closing?
Wow.
I love Party City.
Old Reliable. That's...
Yeah, I can't say. Well, it'll become a Spirit Halloween. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. If Spirit Halloween, if that concept goes under, we're in big trouble. That's withdraw your money from the bank and put it inside of a wall kind of.
Kindred locked in. I do like Kindred.
I love Kindred. I love Kindred conceptually. I like to watch it play. I think it's a fun little mini game.
Favorite theme
for sure.
Back when we used to get login themes for the champions, Kindred's so good. Also, you already have a lot of good engage at support, so it lets you play a little bit more with these aggressive junglers. Can play into Sin Sao fine there. Aatrox locked in for the top lane blind. So they round out this comp with. We expect it to be a support pick. The Renata, love Renata into this lane. Bot lane can handshake Rel out of her engage. Has the ult to make Neela and Rel get pushed back. Kindred also pretty good if they want to ball up inside of that Kindred ult to stay alive. You have that Renata ult to kind of berserk them. We'll see what they choose on the other side to counterpick with top lane. Will be not locked in yet. They're thinking about set.
Not a bad top lane pick.
No, love it. Set locked in there, so we will get some fisticuffs in the top lane.
This is great too. He can move people out of the Kindred ult if that becomes relevant. But that's always a fun little trick to play.
I love that. Be the bouncer inside of the Kindred ult. No entry for you.
No entry indeed. 3 Vigs and Counting says, filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy a few months ago. Now they're closing all like 850 stores. Hey, 3 Vigs and Counting, are you a Party City exec? Well, you just sort of had that knowledge on lock.
Right, immediately. Are they going to do like the Red Lobster thing though, where Red Lobster was like, it's over, we're closing. And then now apparently they're back?
Well, did that happen with Red Lobster?
I think so. I may have made that up. Someone fact check me.
Is Red Lobster okay? So somebody just
misinformation.
Top that into Google. Toss that into Google. You want more financial advice? Okay. Well, predictions have just gone live. So obviously, bet the under. Other people are going to be really confident. They're going to feel like they know what's happening. Their wallets are going to be pretty stacked, pretty full, pretty heavy. And they're going to want to take some of that pressure off their wallet and put it into the oh, Jesus Christ. 10K thrown right at Sensei Randall's intermediate karate squadron. 267 on Kickin Squids right now. I mean,
this is your chance, people.
This is your
buy low, sell high.
Vega gets it. Vega gets it. Ario, thank you for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. You're joining at the perfect time to invest some of your channel points, or as we call them, schmeckles, into this game. You can get channel points before you follow, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Good.
You said Oreo? Like, how's it spelled?
Uh,
Like Speedwagon?
R, like Areyyo.
Oh, okay.
Oreo.
I like that name.
Unlimited. Yeah, it's like a good people name. Like if somebody was like, my name's Ario, I'd be like, that's cool. It's a cool name.
Anybody figure out if Red Lobster closing?
Unlimited shrimp is hard to beat, but yeah, they were.
Wait, now there's 52K on Kickin Squids?
Holy fucking shit. Okay.
Well, now, since Randall's is buy low, guys, buy low!
Buy low, buy low, buy low. Quick. Fire sale. Now you want an Oreo.
That's weird. Someone today put a meeting on my calendar at work that just said Oreos, and I had no idea what the meeting was going to be about.
That's fun as fuck. Were there Oreos at the meeting?
There were not. I had to train them on how to order something.
That is.
I think they meant Ordereos.
Oh.
I don't know what they were trying, but it's creative.
Yeah.
He's a real go-getter.
Yeah. People they're just bathrooming real quick, so I'm gonna keep it on this slide so y'all don't forget what you're betting on. Holy shit, 20K on Sensei Randall's now.
Yeah, this is going wild right now. I'll tell you what. Shooter McGavin eats there. That's crazy.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna even this up a little bit.
Ooh.
Here you go. Here's 17K. Way of Sensei Randall's.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll bet the under.
August 26, 2024. Red Lobster closing 23 or more restaurants across the U.S. Red Lobster has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in May and has closed dozens of locations in an effort to survive. So, okay, something happened. We're missing a connecting piece, but I
saw a commercial for them.
For Red Lobster?
Yeah, and that's what threw me off because I was like, I thought that I had read they filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And now they're doing commercials with Blake Griffin.
Huh. That seems like
sense.
it wouldn't
he's
be cheap.
Retired, so yeah, well, he's retired, so maybe that is like the retired basketball player level of advertising.
I saw a podcast with Blake Griffin where he'd say he was trying to do more movie film stuff, so maybe that's
He is funny.
He is hilarious. Wow, Red Lobster is a 56-year-old brand.
That's actually younger than I would think because it's 2025. That means, I guess that means like what, 1975-ish area.
Yeah.
Really, Red Lobster's in the 70s? That's so weird to think about.
Speaking,
I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but
me either until we got our time machine working. Okay, Loki. If I want to learn how to cast games, how would I do that? I think my voice would be easy to differentiate from most of the casters. Are there online resources I can look up? Great question. Also, Loki sent me some incredible shit that will be appearing in a future stream. So can confirm, Loki, your voice is fantastic. Reach out to Buggle. Homie's always down to help. That is Buggle. Yeah, Loki, for sure. I'd say like, we can definitely get you on some streams. But in general, if you were like looking how to learn, I think I'd be curious about your answer to this. But in general, I would say like spectate one of your friends and just start talking. Like get used to the rhythm, let yourself stumble a little bit. It's always going to be a judgment-free, environment, but, do that on your own or grab a friend that you really like and go from there and just sort of see what feels natural and then kind of poke at that spot, whatever feels comfortable to you, expand on that. But that would be my advice.
yeah, I mean, really, Loki, like you said, just start. I, much to the dismay of my partner, a lot of times on non-cast days find myself spectating games and like casting to myself, just keeping myself in the rhythm of talking, voice modulation, stuff like that. And it really is just finding what your comfort level is with things, finding what you like sounding stuff, record stuff to yourself, listen back to it, find what you like, what you don't like. Are you enjoying color casting? Are you enjoying play-by-play? Yeah, it just really just do it. The best way to learn is just doing it. The more comfortable you get with things, the better it is. And you're always going to have on nights and off nights. There's sometimes me and LeChance get off stream, and I'm like, wow, we really were on that night. Like, you're really clicking it. And there's some nights I get off, and I was like, man, I was tired. I just, could not get sentences together.
Totally.
But yeah, it's just doing it. And I think, I've been lucky enough to work with LeChance, who has been an excellent bouncing partner of, casting. And I think we cover a lot of each other's weaknesses and strengths. We, make better in casting. But a lot of it is just getting used to talking in front of a microphone with a game going and how to fill those dead spaces in the game. How to fill those. The action part, to me, obviously play-by-play is extremely hard. The hard part is how do you keep casting interesting and also keep it fun for the people who aren't winning. Catch yourself, record, listen back to it. Have a goal in mind every time you go into a cast. I'm like, I really want to focus on this. I really want to do better at this, and just keep doing that.
Could not have said it better myself. Yeah, I wish there were more secrets. But there's really not. And yeah, Vig and I just started naturally casting together more and more because it's just fun to talk together, and I think that there's a conversational aspect of casting where you're keeping a conversation going, and you want to, when you're talking to anybody, you want that conversation to be good for both people.
Yeah, agreed. I think there's a lot of different styles across the LBLCS, so listen to different people, different caster combos, kind of listen to what certain people do. I would say me and LeChance have a very podcast style in between action, of very different topics. We bring up a lot of stuff. We talk to each other, but then during game, we're very kind of locked in on what's happening most of the time. We've become more relaxed over the years.
It varies. It depends. It depends on what's going on.
It depends on what's happening in the game. But I would just find what your style is, find what you like doing, and you can vary it cast to cast. Admittedly, a week 2 game is not the same as if you're casting a final. You know what I mean? So, find your style, what you like, and just work on that.
Evdingus has a great point too. You can go the Evdingus route and just spew nonsense for 95% of the time. I will say that is definitely...
That is really good too. I like watching.
Yes. Evdingus once fell asleep on stream, and that may have been one of the best shows the LBLCS put on.
That is so good. That's why I say watch a lot of different of the LBLCS casters, because when I watch Buggle's my favorite person to watch cast.
Oh my god!
Because I genuinely do not know what is going to come out of Buggle's mouth next. It is so quick and so funny every time that I just love watching it. Not even for the league content that is happening, but just because I don't know how Buggle comes up with the stuff that he does.
He's so good with traps. He sets up so many little bits.
Oh my
gosh. Yeah, he's a blast.
Yeah, but then I'll watch Less Force cast, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just such great insight into what's happening in the game, and it's such a good mind for the game and things like that. So it's different casters give different things, and just finding what's your own voice for it.
Evdingus, that was during a CEO final. I forgot about that.
That's even bad. We just were like, well, you gotta lock in for a finals. Unless you go to sleep, I guess.
I guess it really doesn't matter. Just sort of do what you want. It'll be okay.
That's one of the best moments in LBLCS history.
Truly. Okay, how do I get this set up?
Okay.
We're in. Backwards. All right.
Let's see some level 1 shenanigans with Rel. Rel's pretty good level 1.
Oh, I forgot to... Okay, everyone just remember that Sensei Randall's won game 1. I forgot to change the graphic. My bad.
This is why we're low budget. Sometimes we get a little bit too big, getting a little bit big for our britches. We're we'll just throw one in here and be like, we just didn't update the graphics a little bit.
Ain't never been a game where there wasn't a little mistake. Okay, wait. This could be...
Get out!
Good running away.
Good job. Good teamwork. Moving out of that bush at the same time.
Fleeing is a crucial part of any strategy game.
Okay. I'll talk to you about something that's not game related for a second. So I started to listen to the audiobook of The Art of War, you know? I don't know what I expected.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I know some stuff about like medieval Japanese war tactics now. I don't know what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's a good listen.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I was like, oh, it's going to be like practical advice that applies to like warfare. No, it's just straight up like, don't let your horses get hungry.
Yeah, dude. It's just...
I can't use this information.
I have a very, very similar experience.
Like,
Just
this
like...
is going to be something really deep.
Well, you hear it
And,
referenced.
parts of it are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear like league casters have said, or league coaches have said to me multiple times that they read it. Hold on, we got to fight level 1.
Yes, indeed, Ravander. This is just going to be some classic poking here. Now,
Chinese, sorry.
Rat House and Ravander have to get really close in order to
Yes,
hit
they
them.
do. Ooh, a little bit trading in the middle. Oh, gosh, electrocute damage.
So much. I mean, that was banned game 1 for a reason. Okay, here we go. This is the level 2 against level 1 dive right here. Rat House is on Mythics. Was it Mythics? I've forgotten. It's
Wait,
Mythics.
Mythics was mid lane last game.
Mythics was mid lane, so we've had some shifts here. Duke's Diaper, of course,
Wait,
is in the mid lane now as Lysandra, and we've got RK Waterski in the jungle on Xin Zhao, which is just a great go-in champion, right? Kind of, if they're looking for that thing that's... Oh, okay. Yeah, if you're just looking for somebody to go forward, you can't go wrong with Xin Zhao.
Yeah, and I love the setup with Lysandra. It's very easy. And Lysandra gets ult or W onto someone. It's very easy to land that W and get that extended dash for Xin Zhao. And they're very good at single target, you know, destroying someone, right? They want to kill a single person in a fight. It's very easy for both of them to do that. Kindred is a good response to that post level 6. Very good at being able to drop the ult on that person, delay the fight. Lysandra's a big burst champion, right? She's not known for her, damage over a team fight extended, but a lot of heavy trading in the early game. Can't say I'm surprised with these two squads.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so pumped to watch this Aatrox and Set just go at each other. It's just like two champs that do pretty similar things, and they're great at it. I just can't wait to watch them scrabble.
Ooh.
Old No Name going to be the
Scrabble
target. Indeed, Rat House is going to dash in here. That's going to be the barrier going down on Old No Name. I don't know the names of the guns, so please don't expect me. I just sort of know the range. Look at that flash. Ravander goes in. That's Rat House going forward. That's the flash as well. The exhaust ticking down. Old No Name looking quite low. That's First Blood going to Ravander. And now Mythics is going to be the target. Low health, though. Maybe Renata can get a kill here. Oh, maybe the turret shot will help with that. But no, they're going to get out.
Top.
Carl Barks is in a lot of trouble right here. Now, Phenom has... We can't forget about this minigame, right? We've got the Kindred minigame up, and it looks like they got their first... Oh, no, they didn't get their first stack. It looks like. That was probably that top scuttle.
Yeah, they fought over that scuttle, I believe, which did go over. Also, the only gun that I know the name of is the purple one, because it roots you, and it's called... Oh!
What the...
Insane play out of Salty Baby. That was so close to being a traded kill.
I saw them just walking towards them, and I was like, "Oh, what are they going to do here?" That was so close. And that right there, Salty Vein main getting away with that kill and not dying in return, that can set the whole tone for this mid lane matchup. A Fizz getting ahead, that can truly be a nightmare. Now, if I had to be somebody into that, it would probably be a Lysandra, who has so many ways just to say no or to run away and protect themselves. But still, if they start to roam, things could get out of hand quick.
Yeah, Dukas Diaper getting changed there in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Kindred does pick up their first mark on that bot side scuttle. It had to happen at some point.
Of course. Of course.
So the purple gun roots you. It's called Gravitum. Because I can always remember just because like purple, gravity, space,
Right. Of course.
That's the only one I know. I don't know any of the others.
Oh, we were talking about Magic the Gathering before. There's going to be like a Space Odyssey set at some point.
There's also a Final Fantasy set coming out.
Yes, there is. Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of IPs coming out in Magic.
I bought all Lord of the Rings stuff, and now I'm gonna buy all the Final Fantasy stuff, and
They've got your number, dude.
I don't have anywhere to put this stuff anymore.
Yes. I, at one point, had a massive Magic the Gathering collection that Ravander going in right here. And just going to get a little bit stuffed by the Gravitum gun. Oh my god, look at this. A 2v2 in the jungle right here. Phenom getting collapsed on as, RK Waterski looking so low, but actually getting the kill onto Phenom. That's massive. 19 steps. In some, perfect ult right there, and Salty Vein Main is up here to to clean up and get the kills. This is exactly what Fizz wants. Very nice flash of the wall, but Dukas Diaper actually able to CC them. Hot damn.
I'm never gonna hear you say that, and I'm not gonna laugh.
It's an insane
like a 10-year-old boy.
It is an insane game.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, it's just a reality of this game.
That it's a huge play there from Dukas Diaper to get up there and get the root actually to deny the second kill, because that very easily could have gotten to a 3-0 Fizz right there with how low Aatrox is. Oh! Hey, fastest way back to base.
True that.
You know, you got that wave pushed in top. Now you want to get back to base as fast as you can. You know, there you go.
Mechanics, my man, you know?
Yeah. Aatrox does get a kill, and so does the Xin Zhao there. That's huge for them. They need that swing back in gold to keep that jungle topside strong. Xin Zhao going to finish up camps here and path down towards Dragon, looks like. Maybe not. There are grubs being done on the top side right now because Aatrox was in base, so see what happens next.
Yes, we will. And yeah, this Fizz is just looking so dangerous, and you can just see the way that they're posturing. They're always going to be looking for a way to get in on this Lissandra and just wreck them. Picking up those grubs, it's pretty nice. Nothing to be mad about there.
No, especially when you have the Fizz and Set, who later in the game are going to want to be hitting these towers in the side lane. You know, Fizz, definitely a champion that's hard to match in a side lane by anybody later in the game once they get a couple of items. So getting grubs is very good, but we will see probably a little bit of a fight over the dragon. Xin Zhao goes in.
Great engage from Ravander right here. That's going to be all three of them locked up. That's the ult from RK Waterski. Old No Name, I don't think that ult connected. I'm not 100% sure, but now Fizz is here, and that means it is your time to exit. The ult is going to connect right there, and we just watched them melt. As honestly, they were doing pretty good before Fizz showed up, but Fizz showing up really sealed the deal.
Yeah, and Ravander, 3-man stun with the Q on Rel there into the ult, into a great engage as they got to the tri-brush. So absolutely amazingly played there to just keep them locked down. There was a good ult there from Oli No Name, but unfortunately early on, when you only have the tier 2 boots and double long swords, the damage from that ult is not as massive. It's good trading in the top.
Whoa.
Carl hitting them.
War leaders.
19 steps back to tower.
Sensei Randall's won game 1. My bad about that. Not updating the graphic. But yes, game 1 was Sensei Randall's.
Yep. Can confirm. Was there. Saw it. Witnessed it.
It's all true.
It's all true.
This
pretty good push here. Whenever you have the white gun, which I think is Crescendum. I could be wrong. It's like a crescent. So
what there's there's the 2 gun setup where you can like fight anybody, right?
Red white don't fight.
White don't.
You see red white,
there it is.
You see red white on the Aphelios, you do not fight. That's the one where he can heal a ton, does a bunch of damage. That's going to be the bane of comps that want to go in. Is good setup right here, but Lissandra does do Lissandra things.
Oh, great escape. That was, I mean, all of the escape tools that Lissandra has, including the flash, but you needed to use every single one of them to get out of that spot.
Yeah, Kindred had snuck into a pocket of vision there in the jungle. That's what they want to do. It's a good setup right there for Fizz and Kindred, but good escape. Also, Lissandra using the tools they have to get out of that. And right now, Sensei Randall's, they're kind of on the precipice of this game getting a little bit snowbally. Right now, it's kind of the crux point where they want to slow the game down. They want to play a little bit slower. They do have a lead top lane. The Aatrox has a nice CS lead up there. And their bot lane is stabilizing, right? You're farming well in the Aphelios right now. You just want no action to happen in this game for the next couple minutes.
Yeah, but Ravander's going to kind of do anything they can to engage as Neely is now going to dash in. That's going to be the ult, and Ravander... Oh, Mythic's looking so low right here, but the turret damage, not going to kill Rat House. Really, really close to Ravander taking some turret shots as well. Really, really, really well played from Ol No Name and Mythic's there. You could have panicked, but they didn't, and they got a kill as a reward.
Yeah, and it is. That's why it's always so scary engaging into Aphelios and Renata, right? They're kind of two champions that kind of live in that area of, yeah, walk into us, we will do things, and so close to picking up the Renata there, but the tower does so much work. And that's probably going to earn them another plate plus a kill here, which is exactly what they need in that bot lane. I said they didn't want anything to happen, but I think they'll be okay with that one.
Now, obviously, huge swing for Sensei Randall's right there. We have, I've yet to really see how they're going to stop this Fizz at this point. Although, hold on a second. Oh, Ravander gonna go in, gonna land something on Mythics. That's the Ignite going down, and I think you just accept there wasn't much you could do about that.
Yeah, once they get back, they're able to chase you down the movement speed there on the rail, plus the tier 2 boots on it. It's just gonna be hard to get away at that point. You just accept, like, okay, they used an Ignite on me. There's not an objective on bot side right now that's up anyways, so it should be fine, right? You're already gonna be basing, because you're already back on the map. Meanwhile, though, contest for 6 grubs here. I wonder if we will see a fight. It is a very low set in this pit.
Yes, and he goes down. Carl Barksism here, ulting too. Dukas Diaper onto the back right here, dealing some damage to Phenom, but Phenom now returning in kind. That's the ult, and they're gonna... Oh, Phenom! Phenom saves themselves. Oh, that's the double kill for the Fizz. Can Carl Barksism get that last shot onto Phenom? They can't. The shutdown goes to the Kindred, and more gold continues to stack up on the side of the Kickin Squids.
Yeah, the Kindred ult comes in clutch right there. Saves their lives and turns that fight, and we see the Fizz damage. At one point, I thought, wow, Zinzal's full health. This is fine. This looks good. It's a 3v2, and the next second, it's a 2v2.
Oh.
Fizz is looking to turn, but bot tower is very low here. Are getting a lot of pressure on this bot side of the map.
6 Void Grubs are going to be on that Fizz, and I just, you know, when you look at this composition, I mean, I'm trying to imagine them dealing with a super fed Fizz. Let's say, you know, first of all, this next dragon probably going onto the side of the Kickin Squids. But even 5 minutes past that, if this Fizz continues to scale, what resources do you have to throw at him to kill him? You basically have to kill him within the time that Lissandra ult's going to be holding him in one place.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you have to lock him down. Does have that first item completed, already working deep into that second item. You pretty much have to lock down, which does allow for some of these other threats to fight, which we have another 2v2 in the bot side here.
So much scrapping down in this bot lane. I love it. Dragon is up now, and we actually do see a good amount of Sensei Randall's members around the Dragon up here. 19 steps looking quite low. Carl Barksism backs off, though. He doesn't want to take that punch.
I kind of think Aatrox likes this, though. Aatrox has a bunch of sustain in the kit. So whenever you trade health, Aatrox is going to sustain back. Whereas Set now... Oh.
That house dashing in. Not able to pull a no-name in. And this is the strength of Fizz at this point in the game. Fizz walks in, the bot lane has to run away. There's just no option.
Yeah. They do get a pretty good amount of help off of Verthus there. And does get the ult off of Neela there. So they do have some tools still here if they wanted to pick a fight at this. Will be a 3v3. They do have the Renata ult around this dragon. There are opportunities here. The biggest difference is they do not have ult yet on the Aphelios. Oh, great handshake.
Absolutely, and Renata ult's not going to connect with the Fizz. Is going to dive in and just absolutely eat through that Xin Zhao. And now Ol No Name kiting as best he can. But as Dukas Diaper and Carl Barksism show up, they actually do commit to this fight. They're going to see what they can do, trying to get that Fizz out. That's a low health Fizz, but he is going to escape into the bush, and Phenom is going to drop that ult right there. Kindred ult keeps him alive for a little bit longer, but it's up to Carl Barksism and Dukas Diaper to actually finish him off. And now the Fizz is back into this fight. He comes in. Whoa, the pop from the passive. Dukas is not going to take that charge, but a 2 for 4, even though that seems very one-sided, and it was, the fact that they got 2 kills out of that is very impressive.
Yeah, the big shutdown also on Fizz does mean a lot. They were fighting off item. The top tower does go down. This is the problem of the 6 grub set. Wailing on those top towers right now. Both fists into it. He might get a tier 2 up here. I mean, that is a lot of damage with 6 grubs, and I don't believe, Aphelios cannot stop that. So a big gold swing to them Dragon was not taken. Still on the map, so technically stalling the game out a pretty decent amount here, which obviously that is what Sensei Randall's is going to want. They want this game to, take a little bit more time, even with the scaling that is on the side of Kindred there. Philios is very good later in the game. Aatrox very good later in the game. So stalling, giving yourself more options later in the game is never a bad thing.
But they are going to wrap back around, and Kickin Squids are going to pretty easily pick this dragon up. Start that timer for the next one. Although, cross-map play.
Yeah, question is how fast can Kickin Squids get there? It doesn't look like they're sprinting there now. Looks like they're content to just push the mid tower right now, which I think this is a great play right here from Sensei Randall's. They recognize they can't contest the dragon. What can we get? What can we find on the map that, lets us trade some effective gold on it? And that's a good play there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carl's got to be careful down here.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Okay, Ol No Name going to get engaged on right here. Phenom 2, and that is going to be Ol No Name gets a chance, but oh my god, he actually gets a kill there. Oh, Mythics. Cannot imagine that he makes it out of it. Yeah, he is going to get taken down. 2 for 1, but it's the jungler that's gone. Carl Barksism on the far side of that fight.
It was red-white there. So it is deceptive how quickly Aphelios can pop you there. I'm sure Kindred not thinking about, hey, we're in a 3-on-1 here. There's no way they can actually deal damage. Oh, gotta be careful with Fizz.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one person who feels like they might be able to scrap a little bit, it might be the Aatrox.
Does have Sundered Sky, so it does have a little bit of sustain there, but the burst is just so high. But yeah, I agree. If there's anybody who probably can, it's probably Aatrox. Maybe Lysandra at this point with Arm Guard. It will have the extra stopwatch, so once that Zonius is finished, it will be a lot easier to match. But I think the main thing right now is trying to get that Aphelios to 2 items. Trying to, get your AD carry to that 2 items where these team fights are a little bit stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ol No Name's putting themselves into a position where, if you can hold everybody into a choke point, that they will be able to tear through them. Salty Vein Main's going to go in. That's half health down on Carl Barksism. The ult is not going to connect. Honestly,
I love that ult.
Oh my god, just so much here. He's so slippery, but a massive burst of health right there from Carl Barksism. He flashes, he tries to get it, but he pulls back because he knows the cooldown. That's exactly why he started to run away, because Fizz is so slippery and so mobile. They remain ahead. Duka's Taper. Actually going to go deeper into the jungle. Got to be careful.
Yeah, right now, Kickin Squids owns this side of the jungle. You see all the vision that is on the side of Sensei Randall's in the top side. They've got great vision around that. This bot side is dark currently. They've got to be very careful moving in here, as we will see. I think
going on a journey.
This Rift Herald could do. He's going to drive straight into them.
Gonna drive straight into them. They're starting to respond. Okay, dodges, goes off to the side right there. And a little bit of trouble. Gonna flash away though, and actually live through that.
Pretty nice.
The Renata
right
ult
there.
actually connects with the Kindred, who's gonna get a couple shots off on Rathouse. Just a little joyride.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say RK Waterski wanted to clear the vision that was in that bush, and had to get the Rift Herald out of their inventory in order to use their sweeper. And so they used it there, drove it because, they've had it for a few minutes here. They probably are like, well, let's see what we can get out of it. No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Some ults used. No big deal. Those will come back. They always do. Good trading. Aatrox actually in pretty good shape into this set. I think if they get this set up with Lysandra in the bot lane and set in the top, but fighting the mid.
Yes, indeed. Mythic's in a little bit of trouble here, as that's going to be Rathouse using his ult, but Mythic's actually surviving for quite a long time. Tried to walk up and get that kill, but he's unable to. And Ol No Name going to keep aggressing, going to keep walking forward and forcing that flash from Ravander. He's when Ol No Name has his guns, I mean, he can for sure pilot this champ.
I've called Ol No Name. I called Oliname for like
good
3 seasons now.
Good.
It's like when me and you used to call Bear Barty.
Yes.
And for a long time, I was like, oh, that's his name. His name is Barty. It's not Bear TV.
Well, you've been referring to Rat House as Rathus, which I believe is the proper way, but I've been calling him Rat House for so long.
Between.
I'm just
if
stuck.
I read it, it's Rat House.
For sure.
Sometimes I'm like, Rathus? Is it Rathus? And then I can't tell if I'm doing a funny name that I've heard somebody else do, or that's their actual name. It's somewhere in there.
I feel like few people have picked their league name with the intention of it being said out loud several times very fast. And that's just a cross we have to bear.
Yeah. I'm really glad people latched on to just the Vega part and not ever saying all of Ojai Vega.
It's a sentence. Your league name's a sentence. Teleport coming in for this dragon, which is being kept at like a third health, actually. They might commit to the burst. Let's see if they can get this smite off. Red team's going to steal it. Now a fight's going to pop off as Renata's going to get a great ult here. RK Waterski dives in, got some shields, going to keep themselves alive for a little bit. Ravander getting a 3-man pull-in right there. And oh my god, 19 steps. Just ripping through people as well. That's going to be a double kill. Dukas Diaper, though, still alive. That's going to be another pop. Let's see if they've got the cooldowns. Rat House over the wall. Oh, so close. But that's going to be a full ace.
Yeah, it's a great fight and kind of pulling one out of the playbook of Sensei Randall's there, using the objective as kind of the stick, letting them walk into the river there and then saying, we've got you in the trap. Now we can engage. Finds a great fight, and with 6 grubs, they'll be able to melt through these towers.
Yeah, a lot of momentum for the Kickin Squids right here. They're on the soul point for Dragon. They're up about 10k in gold. We're at 20 minutes. This is you know, their game to win, their game to lose right now. And then on the other hand, you know, we've got this scaling of Philios, and again, just looking for those opportunities because the passive from Lissandra has been doing so much damage. Those pops have been magnificent.
Yeah, getting close to those 2 items there, and if they could just find the right fight when they, you get that one first initial pick, and Lissandra passive can go crazy in a fight. Red-white guns right now for the Aphelios, but they will take damage off of doing this Otacon.
Yes.
See what can be done here. It is getting low. It's about half health now, but look at the damage right there onto the Renata.
Phenom showed up too. Both junglers right here. 2,000 health left. The smite goes down a little bit early. They do get it, and this is the GA one. They're gonna live a little bit longer. Oh, and all their backs are being stopped too. 19 steps, actually just here to stop them. They've got orders to stop them at all costs, and it's gonna cost 19 steps his life, but it's gonna cost Sensei Randall's maybe 2 inhibitors.
Yeah, I think it's going to be double inhib there. We'll see what else they can get here. Some of them are going to get back now, but there will be more fighting on the top side. That's a lot of damage.
Wait. Okay, this is interesting.
They'll both live in this.
So many respawn mechanics. Wait, there's lots of picks happening all over the place. Ravander goes down. Now Rat House is here. Wait a second. This is multiple kills that potentially are going over. Okay, Rat House is going to survive.
That's super worth gold efficiency-wise. They do lose the double inhibs, which, you know, obviously that's something they're going to have to deal with. Oh.
Okay, well...
But you have Otacon, so it's not the end of the world there.
Honestly, this is just a little bit of practice, is what it feels like. Is like, you get 1 free life against Fizz, scrap with him, see how you do.
Yeah. If you get the shutdown, great. If you don't, well, yeah, it is what it is. You do get the flash off of Fizz there, which does limit the playmaking a little bit, which will be nice because you do hit 2 items on the Aphelios now. Starting to get to your 3 items on other champions on your team here. The double inhibs, as long as the map does not fall apart right now, you will feed golden EXP into this team right now. They will get a lot of free lanes to farm. If, you know, champions that they need to get that farm can get it. And they do still have Otacon buff on both solo laners right now. So they can play aggressively with that, as they might get another pick right here.
This would be so huge. Phenom's coming to try and help out. That shield's going to buy a little bit of time. 19 steps goes down. Renata's going to die as well. But look at that ult connecting with Phenom. And that's the engage here from Ravander, doing a great job of it. Old No Name is doing a fantastic job of being into the backline, and RK Waterski is just going to dive in there, get some vision for them, and Rat House looking quite low. Can they find the angles? It's not looking like it. Dukas Diaper, though, last to live, has the GA. but Fizz is just gonna push them off. That was very close to a positive fight for Sensei Randall's.
Yeah, I mean, and you can kind of tell there, that's where you get smacked with the wallet, right? That's the wallet difference right there, because one team has, a 10K gold lead there. That fight gets so close to them turning it around, but they just don't quite have the items yet to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Right now, game will continue. This is soul point spawning, and waves are inside the base right now, so very dangerous situation to be here right now at Sensei Randall.
Yeah, I think you just kind of gotta give soul up. It's.
Yeah, I think you have to.
You can't.
If you go and you don't get it, you're probably gonna lose the game.
Yeah.
You have a sliver of a chance of winning the game if you don't die here. You can always play for the turn on the Elder. Farm these lanes, get the items you need. Looks like they're gonna opt for it though.
Yes.
They are not afraid of fighting any objective in this game, and I gotta respect it. They do have both Nexus turrets up right now.
Whoa, RK Waterski going in here onto a split vein main, who actually they get to a third health.
That's way better than I thought it would be.
Yes.
And they get the ult out of Fizzler. The only problem is that's their jungler. So this Dragon now is a little bit forfeit. They're not going to be able to fight around this. I was going to make some really crazy point about how the change that lets...
I didn't say anything almost to try and keep it a secret from the Fizz, even though they could see. But I think all no name was just. Sometimes you just have to take your. Sometimes you just have to take your hands off the keyboard and just be like, I hope this back finishes.
Yeah, to be honest, at that point, that's all you can do. Is just be like, well, I hope that he doesn't get over here. But I think this Baron probably would have been forfeit anyways.
Yeah.
Even without the kill, so it's not really that big of a deal. The big thing right now will be, can they weather the storm that is coming right after them?
Yeah.
I was going to go on some long-winded point about the nice change that Nexus turrets respawn, and it's not that big of a deal if they lose one trying to contest this dragon. But that doesn't matter anymore. Now, they are picking up some much-needed gold out of the base there. Lysandra is 3 items now. We'll be able to deal pretty good damage. They are going to try to get Aphelios as much gold as they can in the meantime. And they have gotten the mid wave and top wave out a decent amount right here. There's no immediate push with this Baron. The bot lane's the one that probably needs the most help. See what Kickin Squids chooses to do with their Baron. I imagine that, they're going to go top. They already have 2 inhibs down, so play for the third one. Do the smart map play. Have Set just be annoying around the other side of the map.
Yeah, this, if you're Sensei Randall's, a massive push is coming, and you kind of have to marshal your forces as best you can. This last turret, will this be their Waterloo? Will they choose to fight around the Nexus turrets? But you got to pick one of those because they've got, Kickin Squids has the resources to push over turrets pretty easily right now.
Yes, extremely strong with the Baron. Also, they don't have to rush things. They can kind of play back, let the kid. They can't really walk into them right now from the side of Sensei Randall's. And nope, they're just going to go on the tower. I lied.
Ooh, Renata ult.
Do they get anything?
Doesn't connect.
Look, Fizz is in.
Wow, Fizz is in. Look at that. Zonya's right there. The tower's going to fall. Ravander diving into the Set ult as well. Just everything's getting dropped on him. And all no name just doing everything you can do in a situation like that. Kiting, keeping themselves in the back line. But that is going to be a triple kill for Rat House. And folks, we are going to game 3 in this series.
We are. Exciting stuff. What a series so far. Even with that game, so many kills, so much fighting. I do believe we will see Fizz on the chopping block.
Yeah. Get that guy out of there.
Get him out.
It's a very, very safe. It's a very safe ban. It's a very safe ban at this point. Although, Aatrox did a fantastic job.
Yeah. I do believe, watching that though, a lot of it was just snowball. You saw a lot of really good stuff from Sensei Randall. So what's weird is it's kind of the opposite of game 1. They both kind of have done the same thing to each other now.
Mm-hmm.
Curious to see What, if any, major adaptation comes out of that?
Yeah, I think, when I think about adjustments that can be made, on the side of Sensei Randall's, I think vision's really important. I think that in that game, we didn't talk about it too much, but there is a real dominance of vision for the Kickin Squids that I think Sensei Randall's had over Kickin Squids in game 1. We saw a lot of moments where Kickin Squids found themselves walking into no vision in game 1. We found a lot of moments where Sensei Randall's were walking into no vision in game 2. So I think both of these teams, like, that is going to be a huge piece of game 3 is vision control, and just that awareness of where your enemies might be. And then, I think on a draft level, get Fizz the fuck out of there.
You gotta, whatever other champion you were thinking about, forget it. Get Fizz out.
Flat out, we almost lived in a different timeline. Dukas Diaper did a great job on that Lissandra, oftentimes finding themselves surviving fights, and that first kill was almost a 1-for-1, but Fizz escaped with like 85 health. It was crazy. So, they certainly have a response to it, but if you don't need to flip that coin, don't, in my opinion.
I agree with that 1000%. We wait to get this game 2 draft underway.
Yes,
Or
indeed.
game 3, sorry. Game 3.
Didn't-
We have been spoiled on cast lately.
Yes. Bangers across the board. I think, honestly, I've been spectating some random games in the past week too, and just truly all over the place. I think the games have been really tight. There's been a lot of really exciting matches happening around the LBLCS. Oh, speaking of, I've got her seeing Khazad-dûm saying that they'll never bet the under again. Well, listen, it depends on when you bet the under, because if you guys bet the under the second that we told you to,
That's going to be the over, yeah.
exactly. Okay, choose outcome. Kickin Squids won that game. Completing prediction. Perfect. There are your schmeckles. Enjoy them. The Squids kick back. Yes, they do, Dragon Slayer Luke. I swear it was still the under. That's fair. That's reasonable.
Guys, I just lost 17 down. So don't come to me with your gambling woes, okay?
Vega puts his skin in the game.
Look, I bet the under when it was the over.
Yeah.
Look, gambling's a difficult thing. Okay? It's not for everybody. But it can be if you just listen to me and do what I say.
Exactly. Financial advice with Vega.
Go all in every time. Look, you can't take this stuff to the grave with you.
Yeah. One day we'll all have to leave our schmeckles behind.
Yeah, I'm not giving my schmeckles to my kids. For what? They can earn their own.
Exactly. All my schmeckles are tied up in a hard-to-access trust.
Yep.
He's bluffing. Hey, man. You never know. Oh, I did recently read The Noble Hustle. That's a book I recently read, which is about a journalist who was tasked with competing in the World Series of Poker. And he's also just happens to be going through a divorce at the same time. But he goes through, explains the game very well and kind of walks through his whole experience. So speaking of going all in and bluffing, I don't know. Maybe play poker, maybe don't, depending on your skill.
I like that. That was good.
Yeah. Very middle of the road.
I reread, and I think I've talked to you about this book before. It's called The Million Man Month.
Have you? Tell me about it. What's the?
It's essentially, it's about this guy. I don't know if you would like it, but if you're into IT project management,
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
it's essentially about this guy who worked for IBM in like the early 2000s, and he goes through like the thought process of like, it's called the Million Man Month because like management's normal, like in software, normally people will want to add more bodies to a project in order to make a project get done faster or on time. But it goes through the process of like outlining why adding more people ends up taking more time because those people had to be trained and brought up to speed with the people that are already on the project. So it just goes to like early IBM's like methodology and then into Google's like methodology now and things like that. So it's really good on like, you know, learning like lean and things like that. And I'm not in software development, but it's pretty cool like in just like thinking about projects and things like that, like outside of just like what the task is at hand.
Sure. That does sound interesting, just in terms of like the management of it all.
Yeah. I gotta say, I have enjoyed reading it.
I hope someone's writing these down. This is our casual book recommendations to y'all.
We should have a book list.
We should have a book list. Oh, that
we
was...
should have an LBLCS book list.
I'm not sure I finished this thought before, but one of the side benefits of being in the low budget LCS is just feeling like you've got a community that you could ask people for recipes for. You know, if I've ever got a construction project, there's a couple of people I'm very confident I could, you know, send a message to and they'd be able to give me some advice.
There's so many wonderful people. Cooking, there's so much good cooking stuff that gets posted. I mean, almost anything.
Yeah.
There was a conversation the other day about vinyl.
Oh.
Which was really cool. Which I was like, I have like a small vinyl collection. But it's just so cool to see how like the LBLC is so big now that there almost is a pocket for almost any interest you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, niches are developing within the niche itself, which is always fun to see. We need a book chat in the Discord. Listen, I won't fight you on that, water ski.
Get taken up with our manager.
Yes, indeed. Oh, can't wait for the. I'll somehow get to you the stuff that Loki sent to me. As long as they're cool with it, Loki, I'll ask you first. But it's a great bit. It's a great bit. Cooney, you said you're enjoying Monster Hunter. Why is there a G3? What do you mean G3?
Well, I assume Game 3.
Oh.
And I'm gonna go on a limb here and say this is just my, you know, take it as you will. But one of the teams won one of the games.
Oh.
Well, a different team won the next game. So now
Yes.
we must decide who is the winner.
You know, sometimes I'm relatively oblivious, but you've reminded me that I will now fix the background, and I will show that this is a...
Fix the score. You know what's funny is now you could leave it,
Yes.
even though you shouldn't.
I was
Because
just
it is
thinking
even
that.
again. Because it is technically even again.
Yeah, we
Kickin Squids on blue since Randall's back on the red side.
Here we go.
We swap back to game 1.
Oh yeah, I'll get this up for the
People out there in the world.
absolutely the good folks at home. Okay. And we have switched, and we've also swapped some positions as well.
Yeah. Try to keep up. Dukas Stiper now appears to be in the bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
The only person who is a mainstay is Carl stays in the top lane. Was Backpack in last game?
Was
Right?
which one?
Yeah. Backpack?
No, I don't think Backpack was in last game.
Backpack is back in this game.
Yes.
Out of the backpack and back into the game.
Oh, Cooney's backpack. Oh, Cooney. I had no idea you were backpack. That's awesome.
That's why you were playing Monster Hunter, and now
Okay.
you're back in. Yeah, now it all makes sense. Now oh my gosh. Now I
Cooney's
feel rude.
Cooney's a great player. Listen,
Yeah.
people should change their names to whatever they want them to be. I get to know people as their summoner names sometimes, and then they change it, and I'm like, who's this complete newcomer into the league? Is like, no, they've been here for a long time.
What was was LeChance your first like online pseudonym?
No, Sarah Francis Drake was
That's pretty
my
good.
first one. Yeah, in a MMO called Wakfu. That was like my first like named thing. I played early RuneScape, but I can't remember like what I was in that.
I have some old games where I don't remember what my name was. There was a period in time during like season 5, 6, 7 of League, and I only remember this because I have a badge from going to Animazement that says Hot Local Dad. And that was my summoner name for a while.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's great.
Draft is started, Fizz is banned, and Malzahar is first.
Smart.
I like it.
Yeah.
Fizz is removed. We will see different things in this last game.
Oh no, Cooney.
Cooney. No,
Oh.
don't say it ain't so.
Oh well, sorry that you found that out after having that name for a while. But Backpack is honestly pretty good. Wait, so are there unique? There's not like nobody just has a name now, right? You have like it and then a hashtag.
Yeah, I mean you could, because you could technically have the same name as somebody else.
Okay.
Like I could be LeChance, hashtag fake.
Hashtag fake. Okay, cool. I wonder what prompted them to switch. I guess it makes sense. You want people to have a name that reflects what they'd like to reflect.
Yeah, but it takes away some of the funny, like, I mean, I'm fine with either one. Like, either system is fine for me. I see the positives and negatives. But it does make some of the names you used to see really funny because you knew that person was like the only person with that name.
Yes. Yeah, like
I have hold on. I have a lot of accounts, but like I have Paul Simon.
Nice.
I have Elo LeVar Burton.
Wow.
I have Instagram famous. This is like those, back when they were names where I was like, oh man, no one else can be Paul Simon but
Totally.
me.
Yes. Yeah, no, I loved that. And then you saw someone whose like name was like, Rock, and you were like, whoa. Like if you saw somebody with a really basic name.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, holy shit.
The draft right now pretty cooking.
Oh yeah, it is.
Skarner Ash Melio, I like that from Sensei Randall's a lot. That's a very strong bot lane. Skarner, very good jungler. But on the other side, they do have the Malzahar Mumu Kog'Maw. So very good clogging up of the initial fight there. And Kog'Maw can absolutely rip through tanks like Skarner if they get to that 2-3 item spot. So far I like both sides of this draft. Really love the Lulu ban. You're not going to give her a Lulu Kog'Maw.
Yeah, Lulu Kog'Maw is it's a absolute nightmare. Everybody knows it. Really any hyper carry with Lulu, and they've clocked that and appropriately banned.
Yeah, I think that is the right choice. Let's see what they round out. Yasuo does get banned here. Could have been played in the mid lane there. Let's see what else they choose to round this out. The Ornn ban. Ornn could have been very annoying in that comp.
Yes.
And the Jax ban. So some top laners catching bans at the end here. What will Sensei Randall's pick for their fourth pick here? I'm assuming mid or top. Assuming the Skarner's jungle.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what Backpack is going to be on?
Probably somebody's back.
Probably on somebody's back. Probably being a really useful object.
Some people do wear their backpacks on the front, though. I've seen that.
Yeah. Are you a satchel or a backpack person?
I'm a satchel guy.
Nice.
Actually, I just switched from a satchel to a backpack.
Oh.
Just because I have been carrying, I have a MacBook for work, but I also have a Lenovo like flip out tablet that I use now.
Cool.
And like I have my water bottle, and I usually have like 1 or 2 books with me, and ran like a notebook for work and stuff like that. And then I got to a point where I'm like, well, my satchel's kind of, I have a lot of stuff in it. It's annoying to kind of have that on one shoulder. So now I've switched to a backpack. And that's my TED Talk about at what point, what is the break point for moving over to a backpack?
Is there a brand? Are you happy with your backpack? Did you get a special one?
Well, it's not anything crazy. It was like something I found on Amazon. I did have a really nice Lenovo shoulder bag before, like my satchel, which I liked a lot. I got it as a gift when we were working with Lenovo, and they always throw free swag at you whenever they're like, buy our computers. So I got that, but now I don't use it anymore. But something I will tell people, if you're looking for a standing desk, hit me in the chance up.
Yes.
I was thinking about it this weekend because I was cleaning and I was like, man, this thing's still going strong. Dude.
Possibly one of the best purchases I've made for my hobby room. It's so fantastic. I like to get up. I like to move around. The standing desk just affords me so many options. It was really easy to put together. It's a fucking workhorse. And I love it. I got it in this nice little like wood looking finish, and it works well with the room. It matches my other table I've got in here, so couldn't be happier.
Also not very expensive. It's for standing desk, it's pretty affordable.
Yes.
I will do the courtesy talk about the comps here now that we do have them locked in. These are a pretty spicy comp. I love Malphite when you see Ash, Melio, Syndra. Because Malphite, Melio cannot really peel that. If the ult lands onto Melio, obviously cannot R out of it. So there's a lot of opportunity there to channel up the Malphite and a Mumu ults to find, angles for that. But on the other side, a lot of great setup also, right? The Ash arrow, the Camille engage, the Syndra stun. If a single target gets hit by something, they can get absolutely nuked. Morgana will have to be on point with those black shields to make sure those Ash arrows do not land onto Kog'Maw there. I do feel like Kickin Squids has made themselves into a little bit of a Protect the President comp with Kog'Maw. And Sensei Randall's wants to kill them. So we'll see who can, complete their task. Oh, let me tell them we are R.
Yeah, in a weird way, we're kind of back in game one where Kickin Squids, they had the Jinx in game one. We've got this like scaling hypercarry ADC that, you're doing everything you can to protect, and Sensei Randalls have a couple of ways to get in there and just really make a meal of them. But yeah, I think it's gonna be black shield central here. It's gonna be all about those spell shields and pulling them off at the exact right moment.
Yeah, I think that's gotta be the crux of this game is can Morgana and Ravander get those shields off at the right time, deny that engage, right? Because there's a situation where Camille goes in, the engage is black shielded, and Morgana lands a Q, and your Camille standing there in front of this big meatball comp, right? It just, taking free hits. And if Skarner's not there, there's not really a lot of beef on the Sensei Randall's squad, right? There's not a lot of people who can stand and take multiple auto attacks from Kog'Maw.
Yeah, certainly not. And it's just gonna get worse as the game goes on. So little bit of a timer on this one, but no secret about it, right? Like this is, I think everybody understands the assignment here. There's no question about what your comp's plan is or how you need to rock it, and this is the rubber match, and both teams have very clear strategies in front of them, and it's just going to come down to the execution.
Yep. What is the... Oh, it's John Tucker Must Die. I was trying to think of what the movie was that had the guy's name Must Die, and it's Kog'Maw Must Die.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
John Tucker Must Die. He was dating 3
blast
girls
from the
in
early
that
2000s.
one.
Yeah, a blast from the early 2000s there.
Yes. All those kinds of movies that I went and saw in the theater. I'm sure there's, 24 movie names you could drop.
Back when it cost nothing to go watch them, you could just go watch movies.
Yes.
There was something I listened to last night, and now I cannot think of what it was, but it was early, like 2000s. Oh my gosh, I can't think of what it was. It's gonna drive me crazy.
While you're thinking of that, just speaking of the 2000s, you remember when there used to be like a yearly topical comedy that would come out?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I hope this. I don't know if you're going where I think you're going with this.
Sure,
but have
go,
you
go.
seen the Paul Rudd comedy that's coming out?
Oh, with the guy from I
Tim
Think
Robinson?
You Should Leave, Tim Robinson.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I had the same thought as you were just making when I saw the trailer, and I was like, man, I cannot remember the last time that there was a comedy movie coming out where I was like, yeah, you know what? I want to
Right.
see that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm super pumped. Is that out yet?
I don't think so, but I cannot wait.
I'm very
The
excited.
trailers look so funny,
Yes.
and I think both of them are hilarious.
Yes.
What is the friendship?
Friendship, yes. It almost looks a little scary at some points.
Wait, is it out?
No way. If it's out, I know what my plans are this weekend.
Yeah.
Friendship.
It says Friendship 2024.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, wait a second.
Hang on, I'm looking at
No
Friendship. release
way.
date. No, May 2025. May 2025.
Okay.
I guess the trailer came out, so.
Okay.
It looks so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it debuted at the Toronto International Film
Okay. I was like, how does it have
Festival
reviews?
in 2024. Yeah, in 2024, it debuted there, but it has not released widely yet. But the trailer looks hilarious.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And I love both of them. Both of them are so funny. But yeah, it's like we used to get. I remember seeing 40-Year-Old Virgin, like for the first time. I think like this movie is hilarious.
Yeah, just all these very
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod was fantastic. Oh, delightful. Not to sound too much like two old men who are like, you remember the past?
The good old days.
But it was just an interesting like thing that happened that I think if you're in your 30s you may have noticed, or older, maybe even a little younger, you may have noticed that it's not as much a thing anymore. So this will be interesting to see. I don't know. Not that this is going to start a whole revolution or anything, but it'll be a cool movie to see, and I'm excited to see Tim Robinson be super, super weird.
Yes. And also, it's kind of weird, like movie shifting overall has kind of just, it feels weird now. It's hard to explain because part of it I think is that going to the movies is so much more expensive now.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a thing. Like I would go to the movies all the time. Like I think I saw Wolfman in theaters. Like I would go see like anything because it was like $10 on a Friday.
Yes.
And it wasn't a big deal. You know, I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, I'll go see whatever's in theaters. Whereas now I'm like, it's got to be good. It's got to be something I really want to see.
Totally.
I don't know.
We had $5 Tuesdays over by me, and it was just like, okay, do you have $5 on a Tuesday night? Go and see a movie, like
Whatever's playing. Yeah,
exactly. I remember going and seeing Australia with my friends, or so. Fuck, was it called Australia? It was like a 3-hour movie. Yes, dude, $5 Tuesdays. So fucking lit. The salmon.
that's beautiful.
LeChance blanks toes. The perfect way to dunk on me because it references.
I'm glad you explained what you were doing because I read it and was convinced I was having a stroke. I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And then you explained it below, and I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, I tried to make a Mad Libs earlier today because I thought it would be fun.
I think that's awesome. I think that's such a cool idea. I've seen you now twice post announcements that, the formatting has betrayed you.
God damn it. Yes. Oh my God. Wait, it's back to back. Both streams I've done so far this season.
I like the consistency though.
Yeah.
We're trying new things.
Yeah. Discord just can't match my my creative genius of
You're being held back.
being held back by. I'm sure there's
Technology of your time. Yeah, I mean, imagine.
They'll look back. They'll
What you could have
say,
done.
"Oh, LeChance and his Mad Lib announcements post in the LBLCS." Whoa, those were the days.
He was ahead of his time. We weren't in the Mad Libs meta yet.
Not yet, not yet. Well, I did in the pandemic. I don't know how deep you'd have to dig so fucking deep. But in the pandemic, when we were doing the LBLCS, I did used to do full audio narratives for announcements with like music and tell a whole 3-minute story. What a binding right away. Emilio's gonna get locked up. Mythics has to back off, loses half health, but Ash is just able to spread the damage around. Relatively even trade.
Yeah, Ash took that press of the attack, so hitting one target right at the end of the game, gonna have a ton of damage. Emilio will be able to sustain that up, but they do eat. Well, I actually don't trade. Most supports end up using a potion there, so we'll be pretty even across the board. But for Kog'Maw and Morgana, who will likely be bullied around a little bit early in this lane, that's a really nice trade to start. Ooh, big damage out of Camille in top lane.
Yes, indeed. And this, Ravander looking for the angle. Not able to connect just yet. Okay, so what we saw in game 1 was Backpack absolutely give a masterclass on Yasuo. Ooh, Ravander. Ravander lands the binding on the Ash. Well done. We saw Backpack give an absolute masterclass on Yasuo philosophy. And then in game 2, we saw Salty Vein Main do an incredible job on Fizz, absolutely clap everybody they came into contact with. And now we have these two extremely skilled players facing off against each other in the mid lane. That is a lane to keep your eyes on because both of those players have hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are essentially the two carries from two of the games.
Mm-hmm.
So I am very interested in the fact that this is the matchup in mid lane, that this is going to be the two people going at each other mano a mano here. Meanwhile, top lane, I am curious how this plays out. Normally, early on, it's kind of hard for Malphite on mana. You can't really spam those Qs out to keep at bay, enemy champions. So you expect Camille to get the push here. But you don't pick Malphite really for the 1v1, right? You're picking Malphite for the team play. You want to get that big ultimate, and you have a lot of immobile targets to get through here. So if Malphite can survive this early laning, keep the farm up and things like that, they'll be in pretty good shape. Getting around those level 6s as early trading, but looks, big invade.
This is huge. Forcing the flash off of Phenom, who once again is on this Amumu. That's another game 1 staple for the Kickin Squids here. But All No Name just able to get in there, push him off. That's massive. I was just thinking about mobility. I was thinking, Backpack on Yasuo, Salty Vein Main on Fizz, and then now they're playing. You couldn't pick less mobile characters for them to play.
Two big scaling mages just gonna throw stuff at each other.
Doesn't change the fact that they do have hands. It's just, we won't be seeing it come out in mobility.
Yes. Maybe we'll get some flash stuns, flash Malzaharls, things like that, in the game.
Well, we just saw Backpack sidestep a Malzahar ability very subtly, and those are the kinds of hands you'll see. Less showy, but still very important. Old No Name coming in, trying to collect them into the wall, and they do a good job of that, but 2 turret shots is going to make them second guess continuing that dive.
Yeah, does help Syndra out a lot there, though. Syndra gets to collect that wave now kind of safely. Doesn't have to worry about Malzahar stepping up to punish right there. So we'll appreciate that pressure from the jungler. And also, I believe, sticking around in the mid lane to make sure that Syndra can get that reset on the tower. Yeah, very good play here from Old No Name. Getting that to the tower. They're acting like they want to threaten here. Okay. Just making sure that it gets to the tower and Backpack's able to harass a little bit and deny a little bit of that farm, but should be heading back soon there. Meanwhile, on the top lane, everywhere I look, everyone's
Yes.
And they're just fighting. They're both like, no, you blink first. You go back first.
Well, both, game 1 and 2, absolute slaughters. I think we're probably already past the point of first bloods in both of the other games. And, both teams really are trying to pull the win out. Again, looking for their first win of the season, both of these teams are. So, they've got this opportunity. They don't want to let it slip by due to some sort of, random fight, but we know that these teams are comfortable fighting, and rest assured we will see a lot of action.
Yeah, and gotta say, watching both these teams, I hadn't had a chance to catch all their games prior. Both teams look pretty good.
Yeah, right?
Like when they're winning, both of them in their respective games looked extremely strong when they were winning, closing out the games, picking good fights and things like that. So that's a great side. Even if you're, whichever side you're on at the end of this series, there's a ton of positives to take from the series.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And, still, regardless of who walks away with the win, there's still plenty of time for both teams to pull their seasons up and collect some more wins to make it to those playoffs. Nice binding here from Ravander. But just an immediate response from Mythics. Okay, up in the top lane, we've got Syndra ult being dropped onto Salty Vein Main, who did flash over the wall, bought himself a little bit of space there.
Yeah, it looks like, I love how all this is happening behind the Malphite and Camille
Yes.
are in lane farming with each other. We're like, oh, what's going on back there?
The sturdy, stalwart top laners.
Yeah, they're in their own game. Leave them to be, as they are. But yeah, ultimately, no kills. So big difference with the first two games. A lot of action has still happened in this early game, but no kills as of yet. It remains even, with the gold lead slowly tipping over to red side there. A lot of good farming, especially in the mid lane and top lane right now. And jungle, really, the early invade obviously tips that their way a little bit. But I'd say Randall's right now, holding on to that.
Great, I don't know the name of the ability because, why would I? But that, whatever Malphite Q is called, somebody in the chat.
He rolls a rock at them.
He rips up that rock and he throws at him. Just a great use of it on Carl Barksism, preventing what was about to be a dive, I think. And Carl Barksism is doing a great job in the top lane of keeping pressure on this Malphite. Carl Barksism has been at about half health the entire time they've been in lane, and he has just been chipping away at Malphite, who was able to back and fully stack up. But look at this gank being pulled off right here as Ol No Name comes around. This is exactly what Camille ulted before, but oh my god! Whoa! Doesn't matter if he is as big as a mountain. The man's got moves. Ravander flashing away. We've got more action down here in the bot lane. A binding is going to land onto that Melio. Honestly thought it was going to hit a minion, but must have been one pixel over. And Phenom's coming down here into the bot lane. Ooh, Melio and Dukas Diaper have got to be careful down here. Seismic Shard, thank you. Rotated Gizmo. Not sure what Gizmo you are, but you've helped us out.
You've rotated. Yeah, that was a clean escape there from Malphite. I gotta say that. Putting on the moves in top lane for 19 steps. 19 steps to dodging a Skarner gank. Really good play there. Now we'll get the pushback. Is down in CS. Oh, does cancel the base also. Pretty nice there. Buy some time while they're higher in health here. Help them catch up a little bit.
What a perfectly aimed Seismic Shard.
Seismic Shard, of course.
Drop the knowledge that we've recently learned. Ooh, Salty Vein Main taking the full combo here from Backpack.
Phenom in the bot lane.
He lands it.
Good buffer.
Absolutely great. Melio just gets taken out. There's first blood, and it goes on to the Kog'Maw, exactly where you don't want it to land if you are Sensei Randall's. But Rathouse probably pretty happy about being off to the races with it and picking up, very likely, this dragon as well.
Yeah, that's a big play to start this game. They're able to get a good engage in the bot lane, good layering of CC, and Kog'Maw does pick that up. That is the situation you would have wanted. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we did see the Syndra ult invested, but both mid laners pretty close, and Health Malzahar is going to get the base off here. Dead even in CS in the mid lane also. So currently this game, that kill does even it back up a little bit. Malphite had walked down to kind of cover to make sure that Malzahar would be safe there, that no gank was going to come, but does give a plate top lane for that, but should be fine. Malphite not that worried about the 1v1 anymore, I think, now that they've got a little bit of armor in their kit.
Yeah, he's mostly going to be tossing out Seismic Shards, whenever he's got the opportunity here. Great engage. Another great Seismic Shard used there as 19 steps is going to, of course, steal his movement and use that to close the distance against Carl Barksism.
When someone learns a new word, they should say only that word.
Like a toddler that's learned how to say no, I will say that as many times as possible in this stream. Oh! Very nice.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Backpacking a little bit of trouble right here. There's the suppression. And what are you supposed to do about that but just get melted down?
Yeah, much like me, if I were being thrown up on, I would freeze. Not much else you can do. Oh,
Whoa!
tower
Whoa! 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 Carl Barksism lives with the slightest sliver.
So close.
That was amazing. That was just. I mean, you always want to say you planned it, but that is just one of those things where you just walk away breathing heavy, and you're like, okay, I made it out of there. Perfect.
Absolutely great play. I mean, not having minion aggro ends up being the difference at the end.
Mm-hmm.
They are contesting these grubs here. It's 2-2 on grubs right now, so someone is going to get a lead. It looks like Old No Name with the mid laner is going to be able to shove them out of that pit. They don't have the Amumu ult or the Malzahar ult quite yet, so probably not feeling like they really want to over-invest into that. You are denying the 5 or 6 grubs, so it is fine. Give over a little bit there. You snuck some away. Put a little bit of pressure on the mid lane here.
Good dodging from back. And, you know, Rat House alone in this lane is going to have a little bit of trouble.
So far, they're doing it. Okay, does have to finish Blade the Rune King, so does... Ooh, good damage there.
Both
that
mid
matter.
laners...
There is no teleport.
Both laners that just have these, like, undodgeable ultimates. If you get hit with them and you are low enough on health, you're just dead. There's just nothing you can do about it.
They just take turns beating each other up right now. And there is a teleport on Malzahar, so that will be plates in the mid lane going the way of backpack. So getting closer to evening up that goal.
Oh,
under the tower there. Got to be careful, but great harass damage here. There is teleport on Malphite if Malphite wants to return to base and come back. But look at Skarner. Pathing top lane. Sees the opportunity there. Meanwhile, bot. Don't think anything's going to come of that.
Yeah, both junglers looking for ganks on either side of the map.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be something.
Malphite ult's
close.
close.
Go in. Yes, indeed. Let's see if you can do something with it. They're going to dive in, and there's the suppression. Just really well done juggling turret aggro, and every ability layered exactly as it needed to be.
Yeah, that'll be Camille getting a nice push in on this top lane. Great gank from Old No Name there. Great dive set up there. And when you have a lane that is winning, that's the thing you do. You punish that lane. You keep going there. Meanwhile, bot lane, no forced engage.
Oh, my goodness. 3 flashes. They're going to get the Melio. Both bandage tosses had to be used there, but... Okay, who came out on top there? 3 flashes for 1 kill.
It is a lot invested to get that kill, but ultimately Kog'Maw is your win condition, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the person who has to get ahead, and it might be a second fight here. There is still ult on this Malphite.
Ooh, run it back. And 19 Steps says, I'm okay with that, but can he win this 1v1 against Old No Names? Looking pretty low. That's a flash away and a flash forward. Old No Name gets him. I believe drops a smite on him as well.
Yeah, so you do get the trade back kill. Malphite does get that. You do shut down the Camille there, but Skarner also getting very tanky now. Will be a plate in the bot side going over to the Kog'Maw there. So I think gold-wise, you have gold in the places you really want it if you are kicking Squids right now.
Mm-hmm.
But since Randall's has similarly gold where they would want it, right? Their side lane, they want to pull the game away from those 5v5 team fights as much, right? They want to make plays in the side lanes with Ash Arrow and Camille engage, you know, finding these picks out there. And when Camille's ahead and can split push, it makes Malphite's job way harder, right?
Absolutely.
Well, they are going to spot a move here.
Oh my god, Phenom walking. An amazing flash there from Dukas Diaper as he gets his way out. Phenom, okay, the binding is going to land on Revander, but a lot of people are going to show up to this. Revander looking quite low as Ash Arrow slams into him. Morgana's going to go down as the Q connects as well. That's going to be Rat House now looking quite low. The shutdown comes through in the mid lane. We're having a bit of a scrap. We saw Malzahar ult being used, but Backpack is going to walk away. Picks up one of the little Malzahar minions. Well done. Carl Barksism. Not sure if they can do that. Whoa!
Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
Yeah, they're pretty strong.
Oh my god, wait a second. They've gone too far. No, they're fine.
Okay.
I'm a worrywart.
There's and that's, we just talked about what you want to do.
Yes.
With the Camille, and that's it. You want to set up plays with the Ash Arrow and making plays in the side lane, and right there, Camille shows their worth and able to pressure this bot lane tower. They do have 4 grubs, which does give you a lot of pushing power when you're autoing the tower. So there's another tower going down. And this Camille's fully online right now. Has the pushing power with the Tiamat, has the Trinity Force done. And Ash gets to be a recipient of a lot of that pressure there, you know, getting that free kill. So now will be, you know, very strong herself and her own threat on him.
Some hashtag udders out Callouts in the chat, of course. Different teams, but hey, who's to say that rats don't have udders?
Do squids have udders?
That's a good question. I know next to nothing about the biology of squids, but
Me either, except they look slimy. I don't know if they are.
Yeah. Oh, some weird little underwater creatures. We'll get our best biologists on it. Just, let us know if you know anything about squids in the chat. Backpack, trying to find an angle, mutual stuns. There's the full combo onto Ravander. Almost kills them. 19 steps here. Actually, this would be a devastating Malphite ult. It's going to connect on 2 people. Old No Name coming to their rescue as they're trying to hold his choke point. Backpack uses a flash to get himself back. Salty Vein main here, though, as well. And as fight lines begin to establish themselves, both teams say maybe not right now, but Carl Barksism is here. And Carl Barksism, holy fucking shit, buffered that perfectly.
Oh my gosh, that E-buffer is crazy.
God damn.
Every time I watch Carl Marxism play a champion, I'm like, wow, they're really good at this champion. And the next game, I'm like, wow, they're really good at this champion.
Yes, indeed. Good on 19 steps. Wow, that was a perfect opportunity for the ult, too. I think both teams played that really well.
Yeah, I mean, finds a really great pocket of vision, to get that Malphite ult off. Unfortunately, they're in a little bit of a retreat mode, so this team's not quite able to take full advantage of it. They're gonna look to contest here. They do have the Amumu ult still.
Phenom gets deep in. That's a 3-mana Mumu ult. A split vein main is on the side here. 19 steps walking forward. Leads with a seismic shard, but he does take the full Syndra ult in response, but he's fine because he's a Malphite.
Yeah. Loves that. They get 2 kills off the back of that. They don't get the Rift Herald, but they do punish them for taking the Rift Herald, right? They get a little bit more gold onto their team. The Malzahar now has a couple of kills. Pretty strong. They will give pressure in the bot lane. No, this Camille, just an absolute menace in the side lane now. As that is a tier 2 down, and Camille just getting stronger and stronger. But we see what you can do with Kickin Squids, right? When you're balled up, when you have that Amumu ult, the enemy team, when they're flashless, as the Syndra, the Ashe, the Melio are right now, you can play make onto them.
Yeah, huge props to Phenom. Just threaded the needle perfectly, grabbed all 3 of them, and it's just like, they're going to keep trying to run that play back as many times as they possibly can.
Yeah. Meanwhile, now in the side lanes, we'll see Malzahar's going to push this out. No one really wants to walk very far in side lanes, because the threat of Camille right now at this point in the game means if you're Kickin Squids, you want to ball up, right? You want to push side lanes, collapse in together as 5, start finding stuff with the Malphite and Mumu, looking to make plays on these immobile carries that don't have flash right now. So Camille's job is to try and break that up, right? Try to push as hard as you can in these side lanes. Pull someone to you, not let them group up without losing something. So we'll see whose strategy takes over here in this mid-game. We are 1-1 in Dragons right now.
Look at Ravander just hiding on the other side of that wall, looking for somebody, and they're going to find Dukas Diaper, and just Rat House is going to let loose on them, but taking a lot of damage in response. Phenom now looking for something. Backpack with a stun of their own. There's the Ashe Arrow. Do they have the damage? So close, and yes, they get it. Phenom, though, finds their way onto Backpack, now taking the Syndra ult. They do have to get back under tower, and they make it there, but this tower is looking quite low, and look at it! Carl Barksism way in the back line right there. Everybody turns on to him. Every single ultimate ability you could possibly use. They are dropping on the diving Camille. That is the moment when you want to use it, but the fight is not done. Backpack here trying to dodge these ults from Rat House, but Skarnar is just gonna pull them out and try and crack the, what we have learned, the internal shell of the Squids, pulling them out from under that tower. Does look like everyone makes their way back to safety.
Yeah, it's a nice shutdown onto the Camille there. That's where Malzahar can really shine in these fights, is if anybody overcommits in a fight, Malzahar can punish that, but it's going to be the Rift Herald used now to get that tier 2 mid, and the towers are crumbling on the map. The kills are equal, but the map pressure is not as... Oh, Melio in a little bit of a spot there, but I believe we'll escape fine. We do have this next dragon spawning. This is a big point in the game right now. It'll be the second dragon. Obviously not, in any way game ending, but you can kind of feel the pressure mounting in the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely, God. Backpack, really nice job dodging that binding there.
They don't have the Malphite ult right now, so I don't know if they want to opt into a fight without the Malphite ult. Looks like they are...
I think what you said is right.
The
They're walking forward 19 steps looking for someone to use his seismic shard on. It looks like they're going to walk their way out. Listen, I think you're absolutely right. Letting go of that dragon, it's not game ending, but right now we're in this, it's 7-7. Gold, although they don't know it, there's actually a huge lead on the side of Sensei Randall's, but every little bit just plays into the momentum game, You know that you're behind on dragons. That's going to push you to maybe risk something to contest one, deeper into this game, and that could end up being the game-ending fight. So Sensei Randall's in a very strong position right now, and Kickin Squids, they need this Kog'Maw to scale.
Yeah, and I think normally when you're in this situation, what you're trying to tell your team is, we want to get to our next item break point, right? Which right now for them is 2 items. They want to get Kog'Maw to 2 items, want to get Malzahar to 2 items, you want to get your jungler and your top laner to 2 items, right? That's the next break point for you where you can do something. They're opting into this, but there is a stiff contest right here, right now, and old No Name is in here. They do get an engage onto the backside there.
Yes, indeed. Ravander looking quite low. The suppression going in onto Carl Barksism, who is going to get killed. Rathouse gets taken out, and Dukas Diaper finding himself in a 2v1, but he is going to take out the Malzahar before he goes down. Lots of sacrificial plays here. His backpack going to walk forward, flash. Oh my god, there we go. Just drop the ult onto the Amumu, and now 19 steps is going to get chased down by backpack Otacon. A little bit difficult to deal with when you have such little health. But now they're going to turn their attention to it and clean it up. That's a full ace. Things are looking real good for Sensei Randall's.
They are right now. Now Otacon goes through death. So you can see the dead bodies on the ground have the Otacon buff. They will have that when they respawn. All 5 players be able to play make with that, and they do have a comp that can absolutely send it right now. A close fight, you see the damage coming through and how low certain people get in those fights, but Backpack ultimately shows up just in time to close that fight out. Is full health, has the ultimate. Right now, Sensei Randall's has the run of the map.
Yeah, I didn't realize at first that Backpack wasn't a part of that fight. I was seeing that play, I was like, wow, this is looking pretty even actually for the Kickin Squids, and then Backpack wandered onto the screen. I was like, okay. A full health Backpack at this point, it's hard to handle.
Yep. Especially, you've already used your initial engage tools in the fight to blow up Dukas Diaper and get the pick onto, Mythics. So after they're dead and you've bursted all that, if there's a carry that shows up late and you're not overwhelmingly winning the fight, it can be tough, right? You don't have the tools left over. That Amumu ult, Malphite ult are such big tools here. Oh, we see a little bit of a setup here in the bot lane.
Oh, old Carl Barksism. Waiting in the wings.
Salty Banemane sniffs that one out. Something is suspicious here in the bot lane.
You gotta have that 6th sense when you're pushing a side lane.
Yeah.
Be suspicious of every bush.
Like, I don't see Camille. Where could she be right now?
Well, 2 minutes till this next dragon comes up. And Sensei Randall's is doing a great job of leveraging. We haven't really seen them try to spend their Otacon buff, but we might see Backpack try to do that right now, as that's going to be a Malphite ult, a bandage toss in from 19 steps, and they're going to kite their way out as much as they can, but actually almost take 19 steps with them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good tempo play right there. There's not really anything getting traded on the map right now. They will get some pressure on this mid tower. The wave still on its way there, and you do have the Malzahar bot lane who can hold up. Is level 15 on Malzahar right now, so very good. Also has the ult under this tower.
Yeah. Going for it, though.
Yeah, well, if you have Otacon, I mean,
Maybe
they don't show up to
it.
get the kill. Yeah, I don't hate the play. Obviously, good use for Malzahar there. You do get the 200 gold for that, so not nothing. But no shutdowns or anything like that to be had.
How long does
big news is... Oh, go ahead.
How long does that Otacon buff last for?
I don't know the exact time. It's a pretty decent amount of time. Big things also, we do get 2 item power spikes now. So 2 items on both carries for the side of Kickin Squids. That's huge. They needed that 2 item power spike. Malzahar and Kog'Maw deal way more damage now, and you're competing against components on the other team. Now, obviously, we do see Syndra is painfully close to that death cap.
Yes.
Right? So right now, that's going to be the next thing. I like this setup and play. It is soul point. You expect? Oh, Kickin Squids is calling the bluff. They're moving to Baron. They're saying, you know what? It's soul point. It's not soul. There is vision there, but I love that they've just sent Morgana ahead to clear. Oh, but the Hawk shot, the most broken ability in competitive.
Did the Hawk shot clip? Malphite?
I think it just saw Morgana there, but it did sniff out that they're not actively on the Baron.
They know they've got to do this right now. They've got to pull the trigger if they're going to pull it off. Yeah, it looks like they're going to do it. Or at least start it and then pull off. They've got a couple of seconds. They've got this Kog'Maw. They can melt it fast. Let's see how fast.
Does deal a lot of damage.
Getting to half health.
Below half.
Oh, that was a big pop of damage right there. Carl Barks isn't coming around at this point. You just have to finish it to keep it away from the other team. They've got it, and now it's about running away. That's going to be the arrow colliding, and massive a three-man pickup there from Skarnar. The Malphite ult as well, but 4 people fall for the Baron, and it is just going to be the Malzahar defending base.
Oh, no name. What an ultimate right there. Pulls 3 people in and says, no, 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 you're not getting away with the Baron here. Now, they do have the Baron on Malzahar here, but death timers are a decent amount of time. It's 20 seconds on the run of the map, and they have waves in good position. The Baron wave will make this mid lane push pretty much impossible for them, but they have side lanes, right? They immediately do the smart thing. They split up into 3 lanes. They say, okay, Malzahar cannot defend everywhere. Oh, and they're going to send it here.
Wow. There it is. Whoa, Carl Barksism still going. He does get the kill, but trades his life for it.
He got a QSS. Got the QSS so can get out of the Malzahar ult and be able to find plays there. I love that. If that's your main nemesis on the map right now is the Malzahar, get the QSS as Camille, you know, and get out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. A little stutter. I'll take the second to say thank you so much for the newest investors of the low budget LCS, Kwai Kamuk, Smoke, and the Brutal Beans. Sounds like a violent cookbook for cooking beans in as many ways as you could possibly think.
I like that. I like that name. Good name.
Good name. Good name. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, you just got to batten down the hatches at this point. There's no question as to who is in control at this particular moment. And the game plan's pretty straightforward. Get as much gold as you can in your pockets before this, giant Waterloo of a fight goes down.
Yeah, I agree with that. Right now, you want to just get anything you can off the map. Try and find that, miracle engage. You have the Malphite, you have the movement. If someone's out of position, if they are in a place where they are not ready to defend the Syndra and Ashe, they absolutely can be popped, right? You do have the damage to be able to make plays on them. They're going to be pushing this top lane. You know that's coming. Set yourself up to make a play on them before the Camille can be a part of the fight, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's a low-looking tower, but, you work with what you've got. And Sensei Randall's doing a great job of just letting waves slam into it. They're not putting themselves at risk just yet. They want to wait for the exact right moment.
Yeah, they're waiting on Camille to get that pressure bot, right? They want Camille to find that play.
Oh, God, it's Carl Barksism in the bot lane right now, but he's got the QSS. We already talked about it. He knows he can take down that Malzahar, and that is going to be massive. Now, you've got to do something up here. Whoa! The buffering Phenom flashing forward, dropping that ult. That's massive with the Malphite ult as well. But do they have the damage? Rathouse flashing forward. He does get a kill, but it's not going to be enough. 19 steps with the seismic shard does get the kill right there. But he is going to go down, and all of the Kickin Squids have been taken down. The teleport to the bot lane. Carl Barksism pushing down on these final towers. It looks like they've done it. Sensei Randalls are going to take this series.
Yeah, it probably was the best engage they could find. Malphite does get a great ult there. They get a great flash of Mumu ult, but ultimately, all no name with the Skarnar ults in this game, making plays there. Great job, and that is going to be the series for us.
Oh, what is it, best of 5? Just a best of 3 tonight. Come back for the finals. Those are best of 5s. Gosh. What a game. All right, let's grab someone for the quickest interview in the world. Our classic from the hip.
I am ready.
Beautiful. Okay. But yeah, what a great series. So exciting. Just a ton of fun to watch. Absolutely, tons of action as well. Everything you could want.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a fun.
At Sensei Randall's and someone to community if you want to do a quick interview.
Greetings.
All No Name can just join the channel directly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, all right. First of all, congratulations on the win. We're gonna do a classic quick interview here. Let's just start it off. Obviously, Kickin Squids, they're a team that you know very well. Have you been scrimming against this team, or were all of their strategies blind to you coming in?
So we haven't been scrimming against them, but we have been playing with them just as like fellow teammates and flex you.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a good amount of awareness as to where their draft priorities would probably lie. With that said, I think they did a really good job having plans in the back that we weren't ready for. I was not ready for Rat House to pull out either the Nyla or the Kog'Maw. And I think generally, like the shift to Malzahar Game 3, I think the priority on the Mumu, like I expected, but I think they still played it really well in the draft. So they managed to hide a lot of it, despite the fact that we know them very well.
Awesome. So my question is, each game felt very swingy. It felt like one team was kind of grabbing the reins and running with it. After game 2, what were comms like?
So I think after game 2, we kind of recognized that we needed to get more of a foothold early. And so we wanted to shift over more to that side lane for Carl, so that he could get that power to kind of stretch them apart. Because we felt like if they had to manage multiple lanes, we could basically out-rotate them. And I feel like that worked.
I would say so.
It did. Yeah.
Handily. Well, All No Name, thank you for coming on for our legendarily fast interviews. What an exciting series to watch. We can tell you, at least anecdotally, we really enjoyed it. Thanks for making such an exciting show tonight.
Well, thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Well, folks, this has been the Low Budget LCS, and you have watched an entire series tonight, and I have it on a medium good authority that there might be a stream tomorrow night as well. So keep your eyes peeled for any notifications coming at you hot from the Low Budget LCS Discord. Vega, is there anything you would like to shout out, anything you'd like to say before we trip the light fantastic off into the night?
Just glad to be back and casting with you, buddy. Another amazing cast to add to the history books of us. I had a ton of fun tonight. 2 great teams against an absolutely amazing series. And thanks everybody who tuned in. Chat was wonderful tonight. A lot of good interaction. Love you guys.
It is genuinely always so much fun to cast with you. Thank you everybody who showed up. And yeah, keep an eye out for us later on. We've never had a catchphrase, but sleep tight.